Press X to doubt.
It's not my fault.
Mhm.
Sometimes you could suggest that it would be my fault or my fault adjacent, but
My fault to change.
9 times out of 10 is just like someone had an attitude problem and they didn't like what I said back to them, and everything just. I mean, one situation was, what even happened? I actually don't even know what happened. Everybody was just aggressive, and I was like, all right, well, we're fighting. I didn't know that they, until I was watching a buddy who was playing, I didn't realize that that area was the potential to be non-hostile.
By
And
the
he was just
way,
walking around lollygagging, talking to everybody, and yeah.
This is fantastic.
Avec, I should probably mention your bedroom blew up.
Oh no.
I was in game and we got
How did
attacked
that
by
happen?
like 15 orb weavers. It was a really ridiculous amount of things that I had to manage. So I rebuilt the floors and whatnot, but I could not salvage whatever was in it because
No
I
worries.
did not know what was in it.
The clock. It
That is okay.
lives.
The clock is the important part. I'll rebuild the I'll rebuild the fireplace and the bed. They were kind of annoying to get into position, so I wouldn't have faulted you if you just like, yeah, I'll just leave that to you to deal with later. This is one of these games where sometimes you have to build things in a very specific order, otherwise they don't fit.
Oh, I love the fact that Wendell gets stuck in the webs.
Stuck in this web.
Even makes like weird sad noises as he tries to go forward.
Oh, Wendell.
So, I guess we should probably mention, especially now that I'm streaming this, Madi's away, he's moving, so we won't have him for a week.
He's moving a game. Well, or finally, depending on which perspective.
Yeah.
So
That's what
this
the-
week we're not going to be doing like story progress. We're going to be grinding. We're going to maybe doing some mixes.
Probably
Though.
what Baldur
We really. I was talking to Madi shortly after the last session ended. We talked for a few minutes afterwards because we're kind of we're in basically the part of the game where, depending on how the group is feeling, we could just finish the game at any point, really. I mean, it's probably not going to be easy, but we're at that point where a lot of the remaining content is optional. And I was meaning to post it in the chat about what interests were, if we wanted to, like, where you guys were at with the playthrough, because like I'm gonna be playing it, full disclosure, 100% through again when the next major update drops anyway. So this playthrough is more of just like hanging out with the guys and killing some bugs and chatting and banter and all that. So it is fully up to whether you guys are like, you know what, I like Grounded, I'm enjoying what this is, let's do a couple of like optional things, see where we're at, and then potentially finish the story. And yeah,
For me, I'm never gonna play this game again, most likely. So seeing as much of it as possible is not a bad feeling.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same on that one.
That is
I
fair.
may well play it again in the future, but I'm a completionist by nature.
Oh God.
Not the I must collect all of the things completionist. There are side quests. I will do all of them.
So you must be loving Baldur's Gate.
Yes. Yes. I'm loving Baldur's Gate for all of the reasons that I hated Diablo 4.
Oh, it's a good game
I
and made
loved
by
all
good
of the
people.
stuff in Diablo 4, except that it was utterly pointless.
And made by
That made
Blizzard.
me
But we
sad.
don't need to talk about that. Wendell, where even are you? Why are you just above me? I hear you brrring like a cat.
He could still be stuck in that web.
He just said everything looks good from here, and he's nowhere to be seen. He's just an orbital beam cannon.
I
If he's still stuck in that web. No, the web's gone, so I don't know. Oh yeah, he's above.
He's above, okay. Curious pathfinding, Mr. Wendell. Congratulations, you've Yeah, but I believe that's what I hinted at with Madi. I believe I said that, you know, from your perspectives, you two specifically were like, this was kind of like a not a one and done, because I mean obviously things happen down the line. Like if 2.0 comes out and it's massive, Wander might dabble with like some of the creative nonsense. There's always room for that change.
I mean,
but I figured
I'm super down for like coming back in a couple months whenever that big patch drops. It's just a matter of for me, I don't know. Like I want to see the Orchid Mantis. I want to see the Broodmother or the Wasp Queen.
The Wasp and the infected Broodmother. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
I want to at least attempt, whether we kill them or not. I want to at least attempt all of the major like bosses, just because it'll be interesting to see with 4 people. Playing solo is a bit different.
Yeah.
Or 2 players, way different.
Let's see.
And then,
I was trying to get into the wasp nest earlier, but I couldn't figure out where the entrance was, and it seemed like you had to do something.
There's an event you have to do before you can open it.
Got it.
It's kind of like blocking the weed killer. There's like a map event you do, and then it opens the biome.
Got it. Yeah, so like, if I end up missing a couple of mixers and like the whatever the closed doors in some labs, I'm fine on that one. But I'd like to see all the bosses.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of bosses, I think we were still in the process of. Was I able to make the helmet, or were we one piece away from the helmet still? Yeah, we're one chunk away from getting everybody with Broodmother helmets.
All right. Oh yeah, you're just shy.
We
I'm
can
up
just
for...
go kill her.
Yeah.
Putting on some more armor.
Let's go kill her real quick. I'm curious to see how the old mixer event mutation, the guard dog mutation, works. If Madi isn't here, we should do a mixer. I mean, we could do as many mixers as you want. The lower yard ones are going to be like no problem. We might not even need to build for them, honestly.
Yeah.
The upper yard ones are a true nightmare, though. So, but I'm curious how the mutation works, because it should be retroactive with anybody who jumps into the server. So Madi should be able to log in and have it.
Oh,
if
that's
we
actually
get
pretty
it.
cool.
I believe. If not, we'll just we'll be thankful that he's our tanky guy, and he'll just have to deal without it.
Can you
Well,
not do them a second time around?
No, they break and you take the science in them.
Yeah.
Oof.
But the mutation, for all intents and purposes, and there are probably some members of the grounded community that may disagree with me here, we're not playing on the hardest difficulty, so you don't really need the guard dog mutation for the final like major event in the game, which is a story thing.
Oh, okay.
If you're playing on the hardest difficulty, you benefit from having like level 3 guard dog, because that final event is absolute like nightmare fuel on the hardest difficulty. But I've never done it on medium, so I don't know how hard it is. Maybe your chat will have some grounded members who will be able to give that feedback, whether or not they recommend getting at least like tier 2 of the guard dog stuff or not. Because single player WoW mode, it benefited me to have at least a little bit of the guard dogs. I think guard dog just gives you like flat damage, flat defense, and it might give your structures like more HP. I don't remember exactly what it does, and they might have changed it.
By the way, Vac,
Mm-hmm.
did you want to be a wizard?
Oh yeah, you were talking about magic earlier, weren't you? Sure, I'll have
Yeah.
a look at it.
All right. Let me. Gotta figure out.
Why did I pick up that buried leather?
Oh no.
What's wrong?
Oh. I connected a zipline to a bad place and didn't notice. Oops. Okay, there we go. That's a cool floating garden you got there, Penta.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I should go and have a look at that as well. I haven't actually
It's
seen
nice.
I used it about twice. And then I gave up because I couldn't grow mushrooms there efficiently. It's really good for growing clovers and sprigs, though.
How much do I have to worry about the carp?
Over there, not at all. Once you're in like the middle of the pond, in like the deeper sections, you'll have to worry about him a bit.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
And
this is
he
actually
and he
really
does
nice
he
place.
does one shot you. So
He doesn't come up to the surface often, does he?
if he sees you, he will. If he doesn't, he just kind of like floats around and gets. So he's right below us actually.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Sorry. Thalassophobia. Every once in a while rears his ugly head, and I'm like, yeah, big thing underneath me. I don't like it.
He shouldn't be hungry though. He just ate a tadpole. I heard him. Super sprigs.
Right. Let's have a look. So I need one more crow feather to replace my bed.
You need one more crow feather for your bed.
Yeah.
There's probably tons of crow feathers, honestly.
Where's another place that they'll... Oh, the crows left that area, so it might actually...
Haze usually, and then over by the pagoda on the pond, almost always have feathers.
You might want to just hit the resource scanner and see what you can get.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to head back over to where the crow was, because it's left there now. So it may have dropped another feather while it was leaving. I don't know if it's only when they land or when they take off as well.
Both landing and taking off, but it's a small chance for it to happen. I think like a coin flip. Just
There we
not
go.
necessarily a small chance, but depends on who you ask.
Well,
about
it's on my way
probabilities.
anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Playing a
Need to be a feather
CRPG
here.
again, I've remembered that percentages don't mean anything.
Yep.
It's my old XCOM brain. I'm like, oh, 99% with advantage? Oh, yeah. Failed. Ah, classic.
Yeah. Do you guys play with karmic dice on?
I do.
Yeah.
I have no idea
'Cause
what the
from what I
setting does. I just
understood,
turned it off.
they work against you as well. It's not just purely positive.
Yeah.
Like if you win too many times in a row, it'll guarantee a loss.
My thing is, I'm playing as a bard with like really high skills across the board, and so it's kind of one of those where it's, if I just
Might
get
actually be hurting you more than helping you.
well, sort of. So because I get really high like bonuses, if I roll a 10 every time, I almost never lose a skill check.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of hurting me. Like if I need a nat 20, then I'm in trouble, but that's been like 2 locked doors, at which point I just say, oh, I probably need a key for this, and I go find the key.
Yeah.
I have a door marked on my map that I've still keep forgetting to go back to. It's DC 30. And I was
Act
like,
2, probably?
Act. It's either late Act 1 or early Act 2. I
Okay.
did not know the moment that I changed acts, because there's no like grandiose pop-up. I did not know that I changed acts. It was just another event that happened in the game.
I guess for me, it
But it's
popped
like-
up saying, like, you're about to change regions. Are you sure? And I'm like, I'm not sure
That's-
about that.
From my learning since playing the game, that only is when you're changing like sub areas, like major map areas. Because I avoided a door when I came across one of those not very early, but early enough on, and I was like, ooh, I don't want to do that. They're like, your party is not at level enough to go through here. Are you sure? And I'm like, well, no, of course not. Now that you bring that up, and I walked away, and then I found 2 other doors that had those same markings on them, and I maybe that's the act transition, but
We're
Oh, well, this is going to hurt. Ow.
I just saw you.
You just
fall.
take a big fall.
I was trying to hop zip lines. I think I need to make
Yeah.
some more zip line anchors, but I'm lazy.
It does take a bit of practice. But
So
it is
Wander's
very
a-
fun. When
So
you try-
Wander's
Oh,
a
what the
bard.
heck
Okay,
is
what
going on?
are you? What are
What?
you?
Hang on a second. I've got a bunch of ants
Oh.
with weird glowing hats.
Oh, they're the orkies. Yeah, I'll come over.
Yeah, they're the controlled ants.
Weak to
But I just
sour.
can't see it as anything more than a fancy hat.
This makes me want to play Viva Pinata.
Oh, right. That's why I was going back to my other base. I left the wizard hat
my
there.
lord.
Oh, there's a bombardier beetle with a hat.
An orc bombardier beetle.
Oh, you know what we haven't done? We should do the
What?
red ants area. Because I think I did a lot of mining, but I didn't go too deep into it.
The jungle anthill, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm down for that. Let me go get this crow feather though.
you
But yeah,
want-
you were asking what character I'm playing?
yeah, just
Is that right?
what's
Yeah.
your guy? Or,
Okay,
or lady. I'm a
well,
lady,
I'm
so
tragically very disappointed with the way they've implemented the character, but I've gone with an arcane trickster.
yeah.
Roguey mage boy, but main
almost
kind of
never-
feature of arcane trickster is both only half implemented, and the parts that are implemented badly.
I almost never do the magic hybrids. They always feel like they're not quite implemented well enough.
The thing with arcane trickster is that it's such a fun class for like role play stuff. It's
Yeah.
the embodiment of I could like turn my hand to anything kind of thing.
Yeah. I think that's why I
And-
just play Bard, because it feels like what
Yeah.
Arcane Trickster could maybe be, just slightly less sneaky.
Well, yeah, it's more well, that being said, Arcane Trickster is being made into a charisma caster now, so honestly there's very little difference.
Yeah.
Typically they are int casters, which works well with a couple of synergies, but yeah, effectively the Mage Hand Legend main is balked.
Yeah.
Both
I was
in-
kind of disappointed with Mage Hand in general.
Really?
Did you ever play like their previous games?
What, like Divinity Original Sin and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember how busted like telekinesis could be in that one?
Yep.
Like,
yep.
I was
absolutely, yep.
hoping Mage Hand would be that.
See, that is why Mage Hand is gunk now.
Yeah.
That is literally why they nerfed it.
You can still do some extremely wacky
You
shenanigans with
can.
Mage Hand.
But the problem is that Mage Hand within the game, proper, is not meant to be a combat viable thing. It's meant to be more like a trick. Something that has utility but isn't really something you'd use in combat. That being said, Mage Hand Legend main does have a functionality in that it can distract an opponent. So you can gain advantage on attacks. But the main things for the main core features are it's meant to be able to pickpocket and pick locks and disarm traps, but it can't do any of those things. And the second thing is it's meant to be a cantrip, but you can only cast it once per short rest. So
I'm not
it
a fan
kind
of
of
that.
nerfs it right into the ground. Because one of the like the reason I like playing Arcane Trickster is it gives you so much option to think outside the box to resolve things. Like being able to cast effectively an invisible mage hand that is capable of pickpocketing and lifting small items would mean that you're about to like you're stealthing along and there's a guard up ahead. There's no way you can reasonably, or your group, because I've only really played Arcane Trickster fully in a tabletop environment, but there's no real way you're going to avoid this fight, and so you just use Mage Hand Legend main to pickpocket their weapons off them before the fight starts.
Oh. Speaking of that, have you disarmed people much in your playthroughs or no?
I haven't personally, but I have
So-
heard mumblings on forums about disarming.
I disarmed the second act boss both times he showed up.
Wow.
At which point he sat there and used really sad unarmed attacks because he didn't have anything better. And it was really funny.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the sort of really fun stuff that you can do. And I don't know, like I get it. They don't want people to be able to just cheese their way through the game, but it's D&D.
Yeah.
That's like
what I-
90% of what people do. Other than, well, actually no, 90% is murder hobos, and the other 10%, which is really fun, is cheesing your way through situations. But they've deeply nerfed that, unfortunately. I'm still enjoying the class though.
I think that's
not as much as I was expecting to, and I think that's the problem. Is I went into it with an expectation because I'm used to the class from regular D&D. Why? There we go.
Oh, I should probably drop off my inventory. Is that?
Hello.
Yeah. Nope, that's the wrong button.
I can't say for myself I have run into many of those issues. In fact, that was my entire first playthrough, was figuring out what 5e stuff I could get away with, and I haven't had anything fail yet. But
Mints.
I didn't really ever. I don't have any rogue in my party. I respect Asterion the moment I could, so he's a gloom.
I got rid of Asterion the moment I could. I know there's
fact-
going to be a lot of people who are going to be unhappy with me about that. Ooh, wow, lots of different stats. My lord.
Yeah, there's 3 staves plus a wizard hat.
I'm going to need a different hotbar for that.
I don't know
I'm
what the
gonna need
perk
my
is for it,
magic hotbar.
but I figure might be worth a try. And if you don't like it, hand
Yeah.
it back to me, because I might want to try it too.
Wizard hat. This is amazing. Where's my robe?
There's a moth robe, but I don't know where moths are.
Yeah, we need to find the moth fuzz as well.
Marty killed a few of the moths. I think there's some moth parts, but they're kind of unfun to farm.
Fair enough.
They're usually upper yard and they're around like the lights. So there's one on the swamp. There's one on Stump. There's one on Moldork's castle, I think. There's a couple of them on the upper yard fire lantern or yard lantern things.
Oh, this looks quite cool. Thank you very much, Wanda. I will happily try these out.
I'm making the BLTs.
Okay.
Honestly, we could go do the red ant super mixer, mixer. Excuse me.
What?
It's the one right next to our base by the
Oh, yeah. Why we
red
gotta do
ant
that?
hill.
Good practice.
It's going to be. They're gonna try their best. I'll put it that way. They're gonna try their best.
Oh, we should put on Ant Slayer or whatever it is.
Oh God. We're not gonna give them
yeah.
any chance, huh?
Absolutely not. Take
Why
off
would it?
Rascal
It's
Rogue.
just red ant workers, red ant soldiers, and lawn mites.
Oh, what
That's
are
that event.
what are they weak to?
See what we can find.
Spicing and stabby. Spicing.
Stabby.
Putting on the correct.
I don't
I
think
almost
have
feel like just
Never made a
rolling with
space.
Mantsterious Stranger as well.
Mm.
Just for the shiggles.
I never.
I don't think I have that one yet.
You should. It's from beating
I
the
should.
man.
Oh,
It's the Fallout one where you one of the boss ones down in the bottom rows.
yeah, it must have. Oh, yeah, there it is. We all just invest in it. Just a bunch of friends show up.
Yeah.
They did buff it quite considerably, so it's a lot stronger now. But
All right. Let's see. Where is this?
Okay, should one of us roll with actually, you know what? Never mind. I was going to say, should one of us have the friend helper one, but we can just switch out. Free.
don't
Yeah.
think we're gonna need it.
Yeah. Okay. Where are we going now?
To where I am?
To the
Okay.
to
I'm going to go down the fun way. Also, possibly the dangerous way. Wow. Ooh, that momentum.
Oh God.
Well, I tried to
this-
clean up around it, but I don't think this helped.
No, this actually could end. This could go poorly, but that's okay. I'm all for the fun. I anticipate
Yeah.
potential roller coaster tycoon
Okay.
physics hitboxes.
All right, let's start this. I'm just gonna unload a bunch of grass into the nearest ant.
Okay.
Oh, we got a stink bug.
That's why they call you a stink bug.
Wait, what? Huh.
Oh god. That's
Oh, I like this.
I'm not used to them
That's-
being non-violent. He just kind of showed up until you hit him.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was passive. I thought he was just gearing up for an attack, and then I was like, oh.
Yeah,
made
that's
a
what I was
mistake, but,
expecting.
Oh, well.
just sour staff right to his nose.
I never realized the firefly was just a bug
Okay.
with a glowy butt.
Oh.
Anyone need a light?
I'm actually enjoying these spells, I must say.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking they looked like they'd have a decent amount of like range options to kind of toy around with.
Yeah, sour staff isn't that bad. There's not a lot of stuff in the game that's weak to it, unfortunately.
Ah, it's fine. Still fun.
Damn it, Wendell.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Ow.
sorry. Minty staff. It's a bit like a truck. A very slow moving truck, but a truck all the same.
They're attacking our zone.
No!
What's wrong?
I pressed R instead of T and immediately just hurled my weapon off into the
Alright.
universe.
Yeah, I don't have Huck bound anymore.
I
haven't-
think I
haven't.
might
I don't throw things.
Where are they?
So is it always the same enemies that'll spawn, or do
Yeah.
they like escalate?
This is like the first one, so it's like there's lots of time between waves. And it usually sends you like little by little. So this one's like
Fair
a
enough.
couple of worker ants, a couple of soldier ants, and then it'll start giving you like spiderlings and fire. I keep
Yeah,
saying
that's what
fire
I was
ants.
wondering if they
Soldier
would
ants.
escalate the kinds of creatures.
It's the same. It's the creatures for that like area. They're all
Yeah.
biome centric. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's very difficult to predict where the sour staff is going to bounce its orb. I was hoping that I could use it to kind of rebound over things, but it is very hard to do that, or at least I haven't worked out how to do it yet.
Like how this ant is he's just here with us. He's not part of the event.
At some point, he's gonna join in.
He's just a guy.
He looks like a Boris.
I should help,
About
but I feel
Wendell's
like
they're helping us.
I mean, is there a way to get him to not follow us though? Apart
Yeah,
from being in the
yeah.
game?
If you
said-
talk to him, I think you can tell him to stay.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I brought that up last time. I said you just go back to the base and tell him to stay there, and you're like, no, I kind of want him to follow me around.
I just forgot.
Yeah, it's all good.
I had like
It
just
does
the
not sound
gnarliest
healthy.
headache the last like 3 days, so just everything is gone. Oh no, that's the friend ant.
Oh, I'm so sorry, mate.
Ah,
Hopefully it's
it
past at this
happens.
point.
No, but if I don't move my head, I don't notice I have it. But if I move my head, then I notice I have it, and it's bad.
It's a nerve issue, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. My headaches are weird. They come in like 3 different varieties. There's the don't move kind, the doesn't hurt, but boy, everything feels like you're thinking through molasses. And then the last kind is just the, like, overall don't want to move, go lay in bed.
Yeah.
That's just friend ant.
Poor friend Ant.
Wait, that's friend ant?
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
so.
we had another friend. We had another friend ant that I
Poor
killed.
friend Ant. Why? Scallywag.
He chirped at me.
He's shirty. I see.
I'm suddenly slightly glad we didn't try and do Wholesome versus Baldur's Gate. Trying to keep
chaos.
trying to keep a consistent party through all of that would be really bad.
Oh yeah.
Unless everybody was
Yeah.
Dark Urge, maybe?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the fun. Is like I am fully role playing my character. I'm not doing the which option is gonna get me the most loot, which option is gonna, you know, not kill this person. Like, so many people have died because I made the choice that my character would make, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
this is the decisions I live with.
Yeah.
Would have
no,
liked to see that
exactly.
turn out better, but you know, sometimes you get yeeted into the sun.
Yep. I think with a game like that, the most fun is going to be had by having some self-restraint on going for what your character would go for rather than what you suspect is the right thing to go for.
Probably should have done this during the day. I'm having trouble
Yeah.
seeing the mites.
Okay.
Science.
Pop.
Ooh,
Science.
damn.
Mutation detected. Guard dog. Level 1. Nice.
Yeah,
It's guard
2000
dog.
science doesn't go as far as it used to anymore.
Not
but
as
it's still
much,
good.
but
For the first event, it's pretty good.
Deal increased damage to creatures involved in defense events. Ah, I see. Well, that's useful for bosses.
Well, not bosses, just events.
yeah.
Sorry, specific
yeah,
events,
yeah.
like you said, like the story
Yeah.
events.
Raids and then
Yeah.
future guard, future mixers. It's a mixer.
Do we want to go
one.
do? Do we want to go do the Broodmother? And then next time it's
Sure.
nighttime, we should go do the one in the sandbox because that's a pain.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah. Sandbox. Could be good. Could be good. I don't remember what all the sandbox one is. I know it's antlions and it might be black ants. Maybe. I'm waiting for Dane to get back to me because I know I convinced him to get it. I was like, play with me. He's like, okay.
This
Which
game,
game, Baldur's Gate
or
3?
Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hopped into.
The problem with Baldur's Gate is it's going to be such a long game, and you really won't want to do anything without the full party there.
yeah.
That's why I would always encourage people to play it yourself, and then when you play it with other people, you just play it as if you're playing it just with friends. You're not playing it for like the story or anything, but you should always with games of that scope, play it yourself.
I almost feel like the fun way to play with friends is trying to break this story as hard as possible. Like, I don't know, wreck everything. Maybe not.
Yeah, but I mean, you could also just do that single player.
True. I guess
You
when
could
I
that's
do
just
single
murder
player, I
hobo,
want to
just the
see
dark-
just the full extent of the story. Whereas I don't know. I think if I was to play multiplayer with people, I'd be like, okay, let's just all go Dark Urge. So we get that story.
Depends on the individuals, I guess. There are people who I personally know
Oh, yeah.
who are playing through it with a full group of 4 that are like hard 5e-ing it. Like every decision they deliberate and talk about.
That would be me
And
and
then
my
there-
wife.
And then
She would-
I have my buddy who's playing through it. He's not doing Dark Urge, but he's playing a barbarian who just takes the attack option every single time.
Where was the Broodmother's in Castle Mordok, yeah? Moldork? Or am I forgetting?
she's in the
No, no.
hedge.
She's in the hedge.
Oh, she's in the hedge. Have we not done
Yeah.
Moldork yet then?
That's the end of the game.
Oh. Oh, Orc, of course.
Yeah, Moldork is that's like our next major story step.
I'd eat this noodle.
I'm sure there's stuff we could do. Like, I've never been there personally. I'm sure there's stuff we could do there that's not story, but like molars and, you know, science blobs and stuff like that. But I do know that that's like the official like final biome area.
Yeah.
Question mark?
I think we should probably
I don't-
leave that for when Moddy's here.
I definitely
Just in
don't
case
like
we
that.
end up progressing the story in some meaningful way.
I'm heading for the hedge.
Okay.
Hidden for the hedge.
I will too.
Oh,
Putting on the Ritz.
Hey, Penta, do you want to bring just enough stuff to make a, do we actually care to bring a zipline? No.
we should have a zip. Well, we have a zip line to the base of the hedge.
Yeah, I was thinking to, like, actually get back up to the Broodmother, but we're probably never going back there after this.
We will have to, because you need her bits to fight other bosses.
Oh.
I hate the new setup with the jump pads so much. Oh my god.
Huh.
I'm
I've
pretty
never
sure
had a
there's some
problem with
sort of lag or something, and it just sometimes doesn't register that I've clicked it, and then, or rather that I clicked them, and then I'll fall through all of them.
Oh. What if we had the bottom one
Well, there we go. Gone again.
exposed? Because I bet
That
you don't take...
would be good, because then at least if I fall all the way down, I can I'll bounce.
You just bounce right back off of it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Panta.
Hop into the old hot tub real quick. Get that regen buff.
There we go. Finally made it up. Alright. On my way down to hedge.
That. 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 That.
You okay with it, Panta?
I'm cooking.
Uh-huh. Well, I should have grabbed some water while I was
Oh.
at base. That was bad of me. What's wrong, Wander?
The Mant showed up, and it was shiny.
Yeah.
And they killed him.
Okay. the Orb Weavers did?
No, the Orc Bombardier Beetle knocked him out. There's a lot of these orcs. Really annoying.
Yeah, I encountered a couple of ants and a bombardier beetle, like, straight away.
That's very fun. Yeah, we're this is basically a new territory for me outside of like having done the mixer events and fought the mantis. Everything else is kind of brand new for me. Like the orc stuff was in the game, but I never really dealt with it because once I reached the point in the story, I just killed the bosses and then
Right.
waited for the next update. Because I have no interest in base building, so I know there's people that put thousands of hours in grounded, like building in creative mode, building like race tracks and like parkour courses and stuff like that, and that's very cool. But it is not my bag. I am a smack.
You do the smack.
I am a mechanics focused gamer.
Says the guy's like, I'm role-playing my character in Baldur's Gate 3.
Well, yeah,
Role playing is a mechanic.
his roleplay is, I wonder what this button
is true.
does. Oh, fireball.
See, now I'm just insulted.
And yet,
Not at all.
I was the goblin in Divinity Original Sin 1 that was carrying around like a gazillion... Oh, this is the wrong cave. This is a creepy cave. I was
like
the
this
goblin...
place. This is interesting.
It's where you got
My
the
lord.
Red Ant Club, the like prototype version.
Right.
Oh, right. We want to go up here and then climb along, as opposed to the
Robo
upper hedge.
pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would carry around all the explosive barrels in Divinity Original Sin 1, and it's like, oh, this enemy is going to be a boss fight. I'd spend like 3 minutes just prepping explosive barrels around them, so it's like we get to the final dialogue where they're like, prepare to die, at which one it'd have the person not in dialogue just shoot it and they'd
Yep.
explode.
Yeah.
Teaching one of my IRL buddies, who's also a streamer, creator, content man, guy, whatever. I hate the terms, but he's
I go with broadcaster now. It feels better.
yeah. Broadcaster used to be what we would say way back in like early 2010s, late 2000s when it was first kicking off. We would say caster or broadcaster, and then that went away because news anchors got mad and were like, ugh, you're not actually. Anyway,
You know what? I think they've abdicated that responsibility.
Yeah. Tell me about the weather, Mr. Gray
That
Hair.
was genuinely a thing.
That was a
God.
very serious thing when esports first kicked off and people were like calling themselves like casters and broadcasters because it was, well, you're not actually TV. But
Wow.
the world has changed. We've evolved. We are now Charmander. Or no, he's the first one. Well,
Yeah, I
that
was going to
joke
say,
failed.
we've evolved backwards.
We've
We're
well,
Charizard, but we have evolved in reverse.
We have devolved as a society. But anyway, he's not a role playing like D&D guy. He played Divinity. He played Divinity Original Sin 2, loved it. But I always told people like compared to the classic Baldur's Gates 1, 2, and now 3, they are not. Well, Baldur's Gate 2 was 3E, but they weren't like D&D at all. Like,
No,
yeah, they were
no,
role-playing games, but they weren't really to the sense that Baldur's Gate games were. And
I mean, Baldur's
so,
Gate, it follows. It's role-playing games in that you are playing a role in the
True.
same as any other RPG.
but as far as
but
tabletop, like
as far as like
mechanic.
CRPGs go, I think that's the real. It's ending up like roguelite and roguelites, if you know what I mean. Like the terms are so ambiguous now, but in my head, Baldur's Gate is a CRPG, whereas Divinity
is a
Original
CRPG.
Sin 2 wasn't.
I mean, they both.
Yeah.
I
They
don't know.
both kind of are, though. That's
they
what
are,
I
'cause-
mean. It's like,
Because
you know, it's
CRPG
like a
doesn't
roguelike
really
thing.
it doesn't mean anything. And I
Yeah.
think that's genres are in the eye of the beholder. Because
Yeah.
they don't really mean anything. Because like CRPG, I mean, to be fair, CRPG means something different than it did 10 years ago. Now CRPG stands for classic RPG.
Yeah, that's
It
the
used
way
to stand for
I know it.
computerized RPG because it was
I
a
think it still
computerized
kind
digital.
of does.
Yeah,
True, but then
but
you
yeah,
have to
no,
like,
I see what
then
you're
you have to
going,
ask
though.
then you have to ask yourself like, well, CRPG used to mean with focus on tabletop elements, so like Pathfinder, Kingmaker, but I would say in saying what Vag was just talking about, Divinity, not at all tabletop role playing focus at all.
No,
Like, it's just
it was
a
not
it's a
trying to
role
use an
playing game with
established
deep.
system.
Yeah, it's a role playing with like deep systems, but it's has really nothing to do with 5e, 4e.
No.
Well, no, 5th edition was still the main edition when Original Sin 2 came out, right? We weren't 4e at that point.
I
think
don't
it was
know.
still
I
5.
do know that like Neverwinter was like 2.5.
Yeah, and well, Baldur's Gate 1 was 2.5, and
We
then
should
Baldur's Gate
wait.
2 was 3,
I don't remember where the...
3rd edition. I fell, so I'm coming back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've forgotten where it is, and I feel like I'm off.
It's just
Right.
on the Frisbee.
Oh, it is on the Frisbee.
Yeah.
I didn't look that direction. Oh, did
Yeah,
we
but-
bring the BLT?
I have the BLTs.
Okay, good.
I made 5 because I don't like empty slots.
See, for me, CRPG wasn't even like trying to replicate exactly a pre-existing tabletop RPG system. It's like I call Ultima a CRPG.
Oh, okay.
It was
For
just
me,
like that
I
kind
always-
of brand of semi-open world or full open world, like
Right. I see.
kind of
But yeah, this is
simulated-
the thing. Is like, you talk to 200 people and ask them what a roguelike is.
Oh,
You're gonna
God.
get 200 different answers, and I think that CRPG is probably in the same sort of area now. Like the way I always interpreted it was a like Shadowrun or Baldur's Gate, which were based heavily, but they kind of homebrewed stuff where they needed to. but heavily based on a pre-existing role-playing game system. But now it's a lot more ambiguous.
Yeah.
But I never really put Divinity into that thing because it was its own thing.
Yeah. I guess for me, it's CRPG is the only genre I could think of applying to it in terms of like proximity. So even if it doesn't have that like root in a tabletop RPG specific.
Oh no, I completely understand where you're coming from with that. I was just explaining that like from my perspective there was always a distinction. But one of the things I got distracted and I didn't end up finishing was I wouldn't have put Divinity Original Sin in CRPG, but if you asked me to define, concretely what a CRPG was or why I put some games in it and not, I would struggle. It's one of those, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. Do you want this? No. I absolutely don't. It's like, well, then you did know, kind of thing. It's like, I don't know. I get a feeling.
I just don't have time in my day anymore to try and explain to people what genres are.
Yeah.
I gave that up years ago now, where it's like,
If I have to
open
keep
world,
explaining it, I
survival,
write it as a
buzzword
video
nonsense.
essay. And just tap the sign.
Nice. All right, then.
Yeah, but The Sims is technically a roguelite because your characters all have randomized names. And I'm like, you should just like not talk.
Unironically, I
What?
could see somebody modding The Sims into being a roguelike, but you need to do a lot of work to do it.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It just.
I'm just going to be back here being a mage.
Wow. I will say, not having Maudie here, she dies fast.
Yeah, I know.
Still don't know when she's gonna do that dang charge. Hey, man.
Oh, man, dude.
Man. There it is.
Oh, sorry, man. Oh, wow, the mantis got a lot of health. Apparently, not that much. It looked like it had a lot of health initially, but...
Well, we summoned another one.
Oh, there's another one.
If we all have the perk, the mant will just come
really?
back.
Did Pete just say poison saving throw failed? How topical. That's amazing. Well done, Pete. Ah, you didn't use the bandage fast enough.
Penta, let's see. I guess I should go get a vac.
Cheers, buddy. I am
Yeah,
nowhere near
she's aggroed on me.
as effective with this mage staff as I am with my crossbow or my rapier, for that matter, but it is fun.
Ow. Oh, she's stunned though.
Yeah, I managed to lay a shot on it just... Oh, really? Just as she was she's rearing up for the shout. She does telegraph it, but it
I've
helps
summoned
to be
another
far
man.
away to be able to watch it. Wow.
Alright.
Oh, that's.
Those mants are
Penta,
definitely
you just
helping.
distract her.
I will die.
Well, it's okay. Reliable friend.
I'm nearly.
You know,
out
I
of
don't have
smoothies already.
Mithridatism on. That'd help.
There we go. Yeah, I don't think I do anything, actually. Either.
I totally feel like I parried that, but
That's my stinky bow.
that's just so rude.
Stinky arrows incoming.
I.
I've got you, Hoops.
She did that right into me.
Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Good.
You hit me with the Rikishi.
Is there actually any benefit to charging these staff attacks up?
I think it increases their stun, maybe, but not really, because stun is useless in the game now.
Yeah.
Or, well, stun stacking anyway.
Got cardio fan too. Nice.
Oh, come on.
My lord, this weapon really is not great. That
In
being
fact,
said,
I think you're gonna
I'm
have to get
using...
Penta up.
Okay.
I got too many friends.
Okay. Going for it. I haven't, unfortunately, equipped.
That's okay.
Well,
We got time.
But there you go.
Ow.
Stinky arrows.
Oh. Yeah, stink those arrows because I have no stamina.
Yeah, I'm going for just crossbow for now. I guess yes. Yep. Oh,
Shut up, Wendell.
really, Wendell? Now's not the time, my dude. Oh,
How did
crap.
that?
That
how did
was
that
weird.
work?
I think she did a
I-
double dash.
I parried it and then got downed. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I...
oh, let me out. Escape says close, and then no.
That
Yep.
is, I felt really good for about 0.2 of a second.
No. Damn it.
That seems like that's a rip.
Yeah, it's
That
a
is
rip.
a rip. I was faffing around in the mutations menu to get reliable friend on, and then I couldn't escape out. It was like, escape to close. Like, I'm hitting escape. Hello?
I think I'm going to take off Mysterious Stranger. Mysterious
Yeah.
Stranger. Let's see. Where's Reliable Friend? There we
Oh,
go.
That wasn't the one with the reliable friend anyway. Which one had reliable? Oh, it was
Ouch.
the last one. Never mind. That's annoying.
All right.
Oh, Mant is apparently time-based. But he does have a huge health bar.
Yeah, I was really surprised because I accidentally clipped the Mant and I was like, you know what? The Mant's health bar is not that different to the boss's. And then all of a sudden it died. And I was like, oh,
Don't look down. Don't look down.
perhaps the boss is a lot more powerful than I first realized.
I should have
It
probably
didn't help
respawned
that I
to
had
base.
Ant
Oh my
Annihilator
god.
turned on.
And I fell.
Honestly. Why on earth did I spawn here, of all places?
Yeah, I should have probably respawned back at the base. But these are decisions I live with now.
Well, that affords me the opportunity to go grab some stuff from... Oh, no, I'll just run over to you guys. It's not that far.
Oh, you want to grab some repair glue? I think I
I've got some
auto-deposited
on me.
mine.
Sure. I'll bring it over. Yep.
I should make a spicy weapon.
Was she
The other
weak to
thing we could have done
spicy?
is
Yeah.
thrown...
Oh.
Yeah, spiders are all the spiders except for infected wolf. Well, and Black Widow, but she's resistant to everything.
Yeah, she's resistant to everything, isn't she?
But the Broodmother, the wolf spiders, orb weaver juniors, all weak to slashing and spicy. So
Okay.
Coltana is their worst friend, but Coltana's
Should we throw down a like a lean-to or something over there? So we've
we
got a
have
nice, easy
we just
respawn point.
respawned at the field station, but we could put one like right outside on the disc.
Yeah, I chose to respawn at the field station, but it sent me over to the haze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've noticed when playing with you guys that they still haven't fixed the respawn at field station issue. It just sends you to one of the ones where you're in the bubble of it, and so if you have that like Venn diagram, it just sends you to like you just roll the dice on which one you go to.
Right.
Which doesn't make sense because we're in the hedge and you went to the haze. I don't think it's in the bloom of it. But
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that was even in the area for it.
that's how it was intended to work. It was like the one you're closest to within its like area of effect.
Yeah, that's kind of what I assumed it would do. So I was a little bit surprised to like show up at the haze. I was like, oh,
There was the one time where I died in the upper yard with when we were all up there, and I respawned at field station, and it put me on the picnic table.
okay.
And I was like, this is, you know,
It's not necessarily the
most
worst,
other
but it's also not the
situations
best.
wouldn't be the worst because I usually have a zipline like system built on the picnic table to go to other areas, but we don't have that really set up, so I just was like, it's all good. We'll
It'll
just
work
jump off.
somehow.
There was a Broodmother BLT on the ground because we failed.
Oh. It gets shunted back out again?
I don't know.
Huh.
That one did. Where is?
That's convenient.
Oh, did I pick up my backpack or am I stupid?
I
Set
didn't-
my respawn point to that
There's a lot of
area
necros.
right at the
I was yeah.
fuel station.
I was gonna point to Wendell flying around. It's like, there's your backpack. Wait a second.
God, imagine if he was a backpack. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
That would actually make him very useful. Yes.
That's the whole reason behind getting the companions in this game, which I've avoided doing because I don't know. For me personally, I don't really use them, but they do give you buffs, but
right.
I just don't like being responsible for a little guy. I just get him in and put him at a base.
That's almost sweet, really.
Thank you.
Ah,
I think
that was an unfortunate miss.
I witnessed
damn it.
that.
I'll be up there in a while. I gotta run back and start the whole run again.
This is why I was wondering if we should maybe get zipline materials.
Yeah,
Next time we die, I'll go back and get some.
definitely feeling that right now.
I don't know if we're gonna win this fight. My confidence is not that high.
We were doing well up until she double killed us.
I have no
Or, like,
heals.
Double slapped us. Oh.
I'm purely a melee guy, so like every time she dashes, I use a potion.
Here.
I have my beefy fuzz. Oh, you have fuzz on the rocks? What the heck?
I also got human food and liquid rage.
Yeah, I have one liquid rage left. I used my human food.
I have no liquid rage, but this time I'm not going to be faffing around with the mage staff
I
the
have
whole
that
of that time.
for attack stamina.
So hopefully that'll make a bit of.
Yeah, I got
difference.
fungus spacho and I've got
I'll do.
quesadilla antlion.
I want a quesadilla.
Yeah, I would like a quesadilla too. I'm out of cheese though.
How can you
well,
be
right
out
then.
of cheese?
I don't go grocery shopping as much as I should. And then when I do, I buy a lot. And then I
think
don't go
I think that
grocery
is very
shopping for a while.
relatable. To be fair,
How far is your closest like grocery store / like market?
I am a bad person to ask because I live right in the middle of a town.
That's
So
Yeah.
it's about. You wouldn't necessarily measure it in time as calories. Probably like 20 calories away. It is
Yeah.
shockingly close.
That's,
I guess for me, I'm pretty close to mine, but I just don't like going there.
$20 calories.
There you go.
That's only like 85 sit-ups.
Yeah.
You're 85 sit-ups away from a market.
Here's a question then. Do you guys have 24-hour grocery stores or
I have
got
several.
to be up at a certain time?
Mine's up until midnight, but that's it.
The main one next to me opens at 6 and closes at 10. And then there's a 24-hour one that's a bit smaller, has a bit less of a selection, but that one is open 24. That's like a 5-minute walk away, basically.
That is for you,
Pretty good.
Mr. Avak.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. As a consequence, I try very hard not to buy a lot of stuff at once because there's never going to be a time where I need to hoard in order to make sure that I've got something. And so
Yeah.
it's a good way of like being. It's a good way of kind of like measuring. Am I actually hungry or am I bored? Because if I'm hungry, I'm not going to mind walking 5 minutes in order to go get it. But if I'm bored, that's going to seem like a great deal of effort.
There are certain things that I have in mass quantities, so
Oh well, I you know, obviously things like rice and potatoes and
Yeah.
stuff of that nature. Tins of tuna. Doing a good job. Oh, I didn't try to defend from that. Can you actually block that, by the way? I think you can, can't you, with the shield out?
I don't know.
You can with a shield up, yes. But only with a shield.
Another stinky arrow coming in.
But that poison tick hard.
Yeah. Have you got Mithridatism?
I forgot again.
Uh-oh.
I think I
That
wanted
explains
reliable
hitting hard.
friend instead.
Well, you know what? That's actually a good one to have, so no complaints from me. Ah. Oop. I did not have my shield out in time. Stinky arrows. I wish it was just a hot... Oh, why? Rude.
Did she land on you?
AF. She did, and she glitched me into the weird egg sack things. Ow. Ah, poop.
Well, at least you're not glitched in there anymore.
Thank you. Whoop. Yeah, I mean, you know, good look on the bright side, I guess. Do you need health, Wanda?
Nope. Or sort of.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not that injured, but enough.
Good. Yeah.
I was blocking that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna...
Back here, you. Uh-oh. What? Oh, stunned. That's why I couldn't move. I was very confused for a second.
That's not what I meant to do.
Oops, sorry.
That was awkward.
Firing stinky arrows. Punk. As much as they're kind of almost meme-ish in a way, they genuinely are really useful.
Damn.
I wish I could work out when she was going to go for a hop like that. It is not easy to judge. It's almost down, though. Well done, everyone.
Ooh.
That was not bad. One death, one kill. I'll take it.
Did we get what we needed?
Yeah, we only needed the one chunk for a helmet for her. And that'll
do we
make
want to do one more just for the boss fight bits?
Sure.
What boss fight bits are we going for?
At least
Well, you need to kill her to make the food that spawns other bosses. It's like a
right,
progression tier. So you kill the first boss, and then her bits make the second. Like, I think you need her
Ah.
chunks to make the orchid mantis.
I
Kebab.
see. I see. That makes sense. Yeah, sure. I'm down with taking her out again.
Oh dang! You need 5 chunks to make one mantis kebab.
Right.
Second, though.
Well.
I cannot use repair glue to... Oh, no, I can't use that for my armor. That's annoying.
Not above level 6.
No.
I don't know where Mithridatism is, and that's bad because the fight's already started.
Yeah.
I got her.
Pedro, were you a little bit eager? Were you an eager beaver?
Okay. You know what? Should we
I was
play
there
her
like looking
again?
through my arm, and then I was like, "Oh no, they're fighting! Oh, I'm so bad."
Oh, there it is.
I completely ignored it, and then Wanda was like, the fight has started." I was like, "Ha vindicated! It was Penta's fault all along."
Where did we get levels in Mithridatism? Fighting wolf spiders or something?
Killing more wolf spiders.
Yeah, kill wolf spiders.
Ouch.
Oh, why? Rude. Madam, I am not a fighter. I don't know why you're deciding to attack me. I got any heal? I've got one. I've got actually quite a few more heal basses. Nice. Chunk. So, chunk.
I blocked that and still took a lot of damage. Freaking hurts.
I know, she does hurt, doesn't she? I dislike being opposite you in any well, actually behind you or in front of you. No matter how far away, it seems like you're not safe. Like that. Will you please stop stunning me, just as your annoying little children rush up to bite my ankles?
I think Wendell's not helping on this fight. He's just here.
He's sulking.
Yeah, I'm just noticing he's just floating there.
Like,
and
wow,
I keep
you
hitting
didn't
him.
appreciate me before, so let's see how you do without me.
That's how it feels.
So, are you playing Baldur's Gate 3 with your wife, Wander?
No, we decided against it, because she was busy working on other stuff. I'm waiting for the inevitable definitive edition.
That is going to be when you know it.
Ow.
I'm
Oh,
dead.
that's bad.
Ouch.
Oh,
It was just an
Not
awkward,
stamina, that's right.
awkward time dash.
Oh, hello, Mant. Yes, please. More helping. Two
Okay.
Mants? What the heck? Okay. I'm down
Evac,
with
you're gonna
that.
have to pick him up. I've got the...
Okay.
I got Big Lady distracted, but...
Okay, on it. Switched out to my correct thing. Yep. Back in the game.
Thank you.
Those two man ants, that was amazing. The timing was just fantastic. I don't like it that you're looking this way. Ah,
That is
awful
rude,
timing.
madam.
Ow.
I dislike it when your face or your butt is facing me.
No.
Almost got it though.
I've got you, Hoops.
You got it?
She's like a Dark Souls character. She's just straight up animation canceling with that dash.
Yep.
Oh, right.
It's like I'm mid bite, but I'm gonna dash.
There we go.
I killed her.
Perfect.
Oh no,
Where are
I
you?
hit her, but
Oh,
Got you, Hoops. I'm not
I don't.
Oh, you
I
were
don't
down.
like that
I'm
one.
sorry, mate.
Oh, I don't
nah,
like
you
that.
went down, like, right before she died.
Yeah,
Ah.
like as I swung at her, I went down. It was okay though. Oh,
Okay. We done? I'm out
sure
of
it
heal
does,
Bassa,
Wendell.
so it's probably a good time to be done.
I just
I
picked
got
up.
4 Broodmother chunks from there.
Yeah, I just picked
Hey.
up the rest of the stuff because it was on the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my inventory is kind of full. I thought I'd managed to pick it all up because I couldn't see anything on the ground, but I must have overlooked it.
That is okay.
Disregard
how'd your
falling
inventory get so full?
damage. Ow.
You know what? I choose life.
Falling damage is life. You don't die.
Anti-life.
It
Well,
just
I mean,
hurts.
I would die.
Drink more bandages.
No, why? It ran out as I was falling down. That is so annoying. Ah,
And this is why you
Scallywag.
just embrace the falling damage as opposed to trying to deny it.
fair, fair. No,
There's,
I'm going to be honest. Hearing myself go, no, why? Reminded me of that one time in Satisfactory.
If we want to do Satisfactory again at some point, I'd be very down. Because there's all sorts of stuff I have not seen in that
Oh
game.
yeah,
like
I know
trains.
it's really expanded, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give
I
up.
was right next to you.
Oh, I was like 4 seconds out. I didn't
Yeah.
realize you were coming down. Sorry, buddy. Respawn. Oh, well, the annoying thing is I've changed my spawn point. Damn.
If you
Oh, well.
respawn at the lab, you're probably pretty close.
Yeah, I respawned the lab in Hedge, so it's easy enough. Tonk. Alright. Heading on home then.
What'd your
Need to
backpack?
repair all of my gear. Ugh. And by repair, I mean upgrade.
I can't take your backpack though.
Oh, right, of course, yeah. That is a good point. Ah, really? Dandelion Tuft, you weren't even destroyed. Oh,
Oh no,
You
I
just
didn't mean to run
betrayed
through
me.
the mosquitoes. That's not what I meant to do.
Wow. Well, spiders really are kind of weak now.
Real
Oh, they've been weak for a while.
yeah.
Look,
It's kind of like that.
it takes a
moment
lot
after-
of getting over arachnophobia.
I see that.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
It's,
one of those.
it's more it's less they are weak now and more you're
Yeah,
you're stronger. You have more fortitude.
it's that moment like
They
when
don't
you're
have
playing
8
something
legs
like
to you.
7
They have
Days
no
to
legs
Die,
to you.
where when you first start playing, the idea of a screamer is terrifying, and after you've gotten used to the game, it's just mobile experience points. It's experience that comes to you.
I don't know if I've played with a screamer.
I've never played the game, but I
It's good.
imagine it's probably terrifying.
You would. I think you would
Basically,
actually
yeah,
like 7 Days to Die a lot, except for the visuals.
Yeah.
They're kind of uggy.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I
just
don't
danger.
care about graphics at all. I've seen the graphics on it.
That being said, the latest updates have really ramped up the graphics.
I hear it's a good game. It's survival
is.
crafting. This
Sincerely, a good game.
this one does enough to make it interesting for me. But
Mhm.
this is like the only one that I actually like actively play.
You might want to check it out then, because I introduced it to a bunch of my friends who, lived and breathed Grounded, and they got very into 7 Days for a while.
In the
If-
Venn diagram of Grounded and Valheim, where does it fall?
Valheim is base building with plot connecting it. 7 Days to Die, the base building is functional in that you kind of want a horde base to survive the 7-night horde. But outside of that, you can live just by going from point of interest to point of interest and basically camping on roofs.
Yeah, I think my biggest complaint ever with Valheim, outside of the fact that I think its combat is not for me. I won't say it's bad. It's just not for me. It's mechanically, it's just way too clay fighters. And then I just I don't. I wouldn't say it forces you to like
What?
care about a
What?
base, but
What?
I would.
Oh, that
It does
hurts.
you need one basically, and like storage and hauling and mining and all of that stuff is just like there's a lot of what I would need to mod it quite prodigiously because of
7
quality
Days
of
to
life
Die
things
is
that I
much
think
more
need.
akin to this, but even less requirement for base building.
It kind of depends what you're
More
doing.
requirement for crafting, like making stuff or doing trader quests to be able to buy good gear.
Yeah.
But you can play it procedural or you can play it on the handmade map. But either way, like a lot of the game is spent scavenging points of interest for stuff, and then preparing for the inevitable horde night.
I would honestly say, like, 7 Days to Die has a lot of what makes Zomboid good. It just sacrifices some of the, like, more fine-tuned
Yes.
simulation in favor of being,
Gamey.
first-person / third-person game.
Mm.
I would say that Zomboid is more of a simulation, whereas 7 Days to Die is more of a game.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Zomboid is I would say it's probably in my top 3 hardest to describe games efficiently to people. And I think that's why it's so good. Is because people are like, what is it like? I'm like, it's like itself. Kinda. And it's
But
only
knowing
sometimes
what I
like
know
itself.
about what you enjoy about Grounded and what you enjoy about Zomboid, I think you definitely should check out 7 Days to Die. It's not a guarantee that you'll like it because, you know, there's always weird
Right.
things here and there that some people will be like, well, actually, I like everything about this, but this game that is basically exactly the same, didn't click.
Oh my god.
You know, there's always that risk, but I definitely think you should check it out.
Hold on, I'm alt-tabbing. You own this
Right.
game. Okay, I own it. Cool.
You
will-
own it.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I know more games. I know less games that I actually own than I do own, if that makes sense.
No, that makes absolute sense.
Yep.
Keeping track of what digital video games you
No. I upgraded it to
Have
bulky
is very
instead of sleek.
difficult.
That's annoying. Oh, well.
you will what?
I upgraded my my antlion stuff to bulky.
Mm.
I wasn't paying enough attention.
Bulky's better for Antlion. It's like one of the only armors that bulky.
Oh, is it? Oh,
the
wow,
good
thank
choice.
goodness.
Well, its
Okay.
its sleek benefit is just thirst rate recovery, which is pretty booty.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well that isn't too bad then.
Whereas the bulky, if you do wear it, it's just very, very strong.
I will say for 7 Days to Die, if we wanted to do that as well, if you're not totally sick of it, Evac, that could also be a good Sunday game. At least for like,
I am
one-
100% down for that.
at least one 7-day cycle, because that game has really good endpoints of like, oh, yeah, that
Yes,
was a
every-
good ending
The
point.
way I've
We're done.
always kind of played it is I'll decide when it feels like I've beaten the game, and then I will beat the next horde, and that's that.
Yep.
Like typically, I don't play even like when I'm. Effectively, I kind of like have a kind of soft cap, no matter what, of 7 horde nights, so day 49. But realistically, just whenever, like after the horde, and people are like, "Yeah, no, that was good." I feel like I had enough of that. It's like, okay, yeah, this is a good place to wrap up then. I like games that have those natural cutoff points. Because in the world of survival crafters, it can be really hard to decide when to stop.
That was been my oh Jesus brain. That's been one of my thoughts, was what would be the next thing. Obviously Zomboid, I just still don't know who's interested. I don't like the whole, this is just a me thing, the whole like thumbs up react things, because that's just like, I don't know, throwing a pebble down a cave. Outside of getting a thumbs up from a couple of people, I don't know if like they're genuinely interested, if they want to do it. So I'll have to follow up more on that. But that could, if it ends up just being us
think
4 plus a Lalash, we
I-
could just replace that to the Sunday thing as well. Like,
I think
there's-
I would
there's that
assume-
opportunity.
I think I would assume that Rito and Raps are quite interested as well. It's
Yeah.
just timing becomes a small issue.
Yeah, with their
with Rito's
schedules,
got
you
as
would have to
restrictive
probably.
of a like schedule as Penta does, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say his and mine are almost anti each other. So if
Are
if
they?
they were interested, I would be sitting out. Which I'm not opposed to, because again, Zomboid I play all the time anyway, and I'm still waiting for the next major update anyway. But then there's also other stuff on the board, like 7 Days to Die could be an interesting thing. Obviously, I think we all kind of, I know I'm jonesing for another Terraria playthrough, but that's just because I really enjoy the first like 75% of that game, and then I start hating it.
Modded
I
or
love
not
that
modded?
game, but I love that game in a vanilla hardcore kind of way. in that I like the way that game creates content through corpse runs. And that sounds like such a weird thing to say, and I appreciate that. But
Oh,
I really like-
medium core. I thought you said hardcore is like.
oh well. I mean,
Yeah.
like I don't want to lose the world. I'll make a hardcore character purely because then I do the whole thing of Avak the first, and then Avak the second, and eventually my graveyard looks amazing with all these little Avak the third died crushed by a slime, etc., etc. And I start getting snobby about my gravestones. It's like, oh, I wasn't carrying 20 gold when I died this time. This is Pauper's gravestone. I can't have that cluttering up my graveyard. No, no.
Avak the fifth. What? He died. He has a twig as his.
We don't talk
what?
about Avak the fifth.
We don't talk about Avak the fifth. Avak the eighth, though, that golden obsidian grave marker. Oh my god, died with 7 platinum.
Exactly.
What was he doing with all that gold on him?
Going out and getting killed by a boss, apparently. But
Got
yeah,
killed by
I
flying
really
fish.
enjoy that game. But it's one of those things that most of us who've really enjoyed it played it to death when it first came out.
Yeah.
And then the second time, and then third time, and then the fourth time. And at this point, it's hard to convince people to really have the staying power to play it through to any degree of completion. If that makes sense, because there's so much to do.
That's what I mean when I say I really like the first 75% of the game, because starting a world with your buddies and like trying to survive the first couple of nights, and setting up for your first couple of bosses, getting into the dungeon, entering hard mode, the build up to the wall of flesh, and building like all of that, like the build up to, I would say probably the first mechanical boss is some of my favorite moments in like a game like in like that. But then you reach, especially in like master mode, you hit a wall where it's not fun anymore unless you spend 12 hours farming potions.
It's usually around Plantera where I lose interest.
Yeah.
A little bit after her, maybe.
Master. Well, the most recent, well, I say most recent, the most recent update I played made some of the weapon changes. They buffed a lot of like the really strong weapons, so getting through to Pantera wasn't nearly as hard as it used to be. But the mechanical bosses are still a nightmare to fight.
Now, if you tried Journey mode,
Journey mode isn't that just like creative, but you can change the difficulty?
sort of. So the thing I like about Journey mode is you have to unlock the items to be able to just get them for free. So you have to find like 100 wood or 50 potions or something like that. And so you still have to farm for those hard potions, but then once you've gotten a certain amount, you're just like, yep, no, I just have infinite of these, so I don't have to grind for it anymore. So like, example on this one would be fight the Broodmother 5 times. Now you just have infinite Broodmother bits to use as you want, because do you really want to fight the Broodmother again? And so from my perspective, like, I really like that system because it's all of the good bits about Terraria without nearly as much of the grind. And then it becomes kind of a scavenger hunt too, which I really like.
Does it have the perks that expert mode has and master mode has?
Yes.
Do you have the extra trinket slot?
Yeah, you can turn those on and off.
Okay, so yeah, journey mode might be the play then, because late game mechanical boss potion farming is like, it's my least favorite part of Terraria. It becomes not fun.
I think I enjoy playing games differently to how I would enjoy watching them, and that's how I enjoy making content for people. Like, I can't imagine that most people would enjoy watching me play Terraria the way I would play in my downtime, if that makes sense. Which is, really having to scavenge for everything, doing everything.
I don't think anybody would watch me play how I play in my downtime, because half of it's me AFK, like boiling water for spaghetti or something, just standing there. Because I never close the games. I just walk away. When you're not entertaining someone, you play differently.
Yeah, no, exactly. Right, should we do another mixer?
I've marked the one in the haze.
We could do the one in the haze. We could do the one in the hedge. We could do the one in the sandbox. Those are the 3 remaining lower yard ones.
I'm fine with doing them in any order, particularly.
I just don't want to do the sandbox one during the day.
the haze, I would highly recommend everybody grab their explosive trinket.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, I'm right next to the house.
Cool. That is a very good bit of advice, though. Yeah.
Mm. It is a good one.
There we go.
But no, like
I'll drop
there
off those
nothing quite beats your first gravitation potion and then not finding a horseshoe and raging.
Yeah.
It's like 7 star furies, what? And then but then you just fish in the sky and you get your horseshoes that way because the game is just balanced that way.
Yeah, if we were to do Terraria, I'd almost say we just go into Wall of Flesh, then decide if we want to keep going.
Yeah, that would be a good cutting off point, I think. Switching the game over into hard mode and then being like, okay.
Yeah.
To
Now,
be fair
you know,
though,
is
the
there
switch
more
over to
flexibility?
hard mode is one of the moments where
Surprisingly not
it's very rare, and I have this reputation of not liking base building in most games unless they do it right. Like Subnautica, I love the base building of Subnautica. I think they did it very well. Terraria is one of the few ones where post Wall of Flesh, I switch over into like, I need to build efficiently. I need to like dig the grooves around the ground. I need to like, the way they handle their hard mode mechanics make the base building not feel like base building. It feels like progression, but disguised as base building.
I just like the base building.
I like the base building because of the pylons, because I like fast travel.
Yep.
Right, I get it.
If it wasn't for that, they would still be in 1x2 blocks.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't be able to be in those, but
There is
Also-
a really convenient mod you can get that's just pylons everywhere whenever you want,
I don't
which
like.
is
Yeah,
real nice.
for the people that enjoy that, I am all for that. I'm a vanilla Terraria guy.
Huh.
I've tried the mods. I think Terraria has so much content in it already. When I tried out like Thorium and Calamity, I just stopped. I didn't want to play because it was too much.
I really like
It was
Calamity's music. That really sold it.
The
rest of it was kind of
play,
okay.
You can play vanilla Terraria, but with the Calamity mod music though, or music mod. I think Terraria is just maybe because I don't play millions of hours of it a year, like a lot of the people that I know who
It's a
live and
huge
breathe
game.
Terraria.
Yeah,
It's
it is an
so
enormous
big
game.
vanilla, especially multiplayer, because then you come into the like, you know, you're not just carrying around 9 weapons with you at all times. You have your guy who has like this set and then this set and then that set,
Yeah.
and yeah, just like the. I do like the new. I had some friends who were against the whole like NPC favor system, and I was like, I get it, because like you can't just build like slave pens anymore and just have free shops.
Yeah.
But like I did enjoy that, you know. They kind of not made you, but it benefited your game to like build houses. Like the nurse's price without her happy is awful.
Yeah.
Especially in hard mode where
I quite like that change personally. But
just
I
like fast
the thing
travel.
is, I never that change wasn't for someone like me because I always tended to build like, you know, villages anyway. You know, every NPC got a custom themed house somewhere in the village. And then of course, you know, my house was a massive Castlevania style mansion with graves underneath. So many graves.
we don't talk about Avak the Fifth.
No one talks about Avatar. It's kind of like Bruno.
Oh my gosh!
Ah,
You're above me. Oh, you're up on the okay.
This is hell. Who built this?
You like my gum scaffolding?
You know what? It's all yours. I want nothing to do with it.
It's
Remember last week?
area.
Remember last week when I told Avak that farming gum is one of the like most annoying things? That's one of the reasons why. Because if you really want to build like an efficient gum scaffolding to get up there and grab it, you can, but it's just
I
For
might
2
do that
gum
between
nuggets, it's not worth
sessions, but
gum
Yeah.
is
Ugh.
really good. Gum is really good for potion making and for boss fights. Like It doubles the time the potion is active, so if you're in a longer boss fight, you have your human food and your liquid rage for twice as long.
Right. Well, you guys are down there.
I
Playing
think
with
this
the
one we're
creatures.
gonna be fine.
I'm gonna be up here.
I don't think we need to build this for this one. I think this one
Maybe.
and the haze or hedge one. I think we're just gonna be able to like balls to the wall and not have any issues. Sandbox we may have to build because antlions do a lot of damage.
Ah,
Oh man.
yeah.
Actually, these guys might do a lot of damage, but I don't know. I'm gonna push the button.
Okay. Push the button.
Worst thing that happens is it breaks, and then we repair it, and you can try again. So
Good time for me to get rid of Mithridatism.
Oh, that's right. What would be the best mods for this one? Mutation.
just your normal combat ones. There really isn't like an anti-fungus
Oh, well, there's the
mutation.
guard dog one as well, isn't there?
I had guard dog. I suppose I could turn that on instead of Yeah, I could turn that on instead of this. So I have Rascal Rogue Coup de Grace, Cardio Fan, my combat one, which is Chopper, and then Guard Dog.
Is that
This one's
Ladybug
really
just
good.
coming to hang out with us? I think it is.
That's just a regular guy, I think.
Yeah, just a lad.
It's not an infected ladybug like this one is. This is the one I don't want to get near there. She go boom.
Ah man, Mint Mace.
I'm Mint Mason as well. My name is Mint Mason. Get out of here, you little mite infected
I
guys.
was wondering where you were going with that. I was like,
I
get
was-
out of here, you.
I forgot what they were called.
I
I forgot what they were called. For some
thought
reason,
you were
I was gonna call them grass spiders, but that is not right at all.
Honestly,
my-
I thought your first thought was something a little bit too harsh, and then you were trying to correct yourself but couldn't think of anything.
Nah.
Hey guys, I recruited a ladybug.
Yes.
Way. We will name it Doris.
Now, here's the question: is she gonna attack us or is she chill?
She's gonna probably attack grass and then chill.
She
'Cause, yeah,
Viangi.
She's just gonna attack some
trying
grass.
to attack the grass.
You
I
do it.
may
I
or may
believe in
not-
you. I'm peeping.
Have also
Oh, weevils.
maybe
you
I
re-
shouldn't have fired my stinky arrow into the fight that she was a part of.
Nah. She's actually probably trying to break your tree down.
Yep. Never gonna.
That's
happen,
honestly
but-
fine because the husky weeds take a lot of damage.
Yeah,
She may just lose interest,
I'm hopeful. 'Cause it's a
or
bit of a
she's gonna
long way
break
down.
it and it's gonna be really funny.
Yeah, either way, content.
I'm always. Oh, excuse you, ladybug. I mean, she's hitting it pretty hard. Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow, she did actually take it down. Well played. Oh, we've got an infected one on its way.
That is how unfortunate for this ladybug to have encountered two mint maces.
Yeah.
Just take a third of her health off per swing. We really need to go for the maximum stack size before this is done, just to see how
I know.
many. 'Cause even just 5 looks silly.
How do I attach things?
Because yeah, the way that I remember early access grounded when the damage numbers were not as consistent between weapons. So now the way that the weapon swings work in this is people didn't like it, but it was abused. It was a bug, not really a bug, but it was a. So in this, daggers have a two hit combo, and then normal other weapons have a 3-hit combo.
Yeah.
Your first hit does like 25% damage, your second hit does 50, and your final one does 100. And daggers do 2 hits, so the first one does 50, the second one does 100%. This weevil is borked.
Oh yeah,
And And
Just in the ground.
So people used to abuse that mechanic because it didn't exist in the game. Every hit did 100% damage, and so people would just block cancel into their first hit and just be able to Widow Dagger infinitely. And so they changed it to where you have to, like, you are recommended to do combos to your most amount of damage. So Mint Mace with the full 3 hit, a lot of damage. Billy Mays here.
I was waiting for someone to do it.
That's not Billy Mays, though.
It's a little weird when the Mant just shows up, dies at the end.
Sure. He served his purpose.
It's a little dark.
I suck at making scaffolding, apparently. Oh my lord.
Ow!
Did you just execute?
I heard a noise, so I turned around and booped.
This man didn't rotate his camera when he cast ice, whatever that gets called. Oh, that was one of my favorite moments when I threw my sorcerer off of a cliff because I didn't realize which character my shove was highlighting.
Oh no.
And it was just like, ah! And I was like, well, that makes this battle a little different.
Yeah.
And I did not know at that point yet that your dead people that fall in a pit turn into little blue balls that you can, like, revivify there. I was like, I thought I had to go back and talk to Withers.
Oh, right.
So I could have totally brought him back mid-combat. I didn't know about that. There's a feather.
So, talking about shove, that's one of the reasons why Mage Hand is a short rest cantrip now.
Oh, because
they made it possible to shove people with Mage Hand.
Shove and throw, yeah, both of those. Both of them are very strong.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I mean, it's the thing is that they've introduced a new system, like homebrewed in a new mechanic for Mage Hand that very badly broke the balancing of Mage Hand. Mage Hand without that kind of combat viability it makes sense to be able to cast it as a cantrip, but
I feel like they just need to introduce like a level 1 or 2 Bigby's something hands.
Yeah. There are lots of other ways to fix it. You know, the kind of the grumblings on the forum are like, okay, so they broke Mage Hand and then they fixed it by breaking it harder. Which, I mean,
yeah,
not entirely wrong, but
I give them infinite credit because just the amount of the millions of interactions that can happen and will happen. That's the first thing I've actually, and I've not experienced anything that is like not within the player's realm to make happen. I have not used Mage Hand at all. It doesn't.
I think
have
because
never needed
it's Astarion's normal upgrade path. A lot more people encountered it.
Game froze on me.
Yeah, we crashed. We crashed.
We crash.
Yeah, I respect that boy the first moment I could, because I'm like, I don't want a rogue. You know what I want you to do? I want you to be a dual-wielding scimitar Gloomstalker, and he's only made improvements.
Didn't go assassin.
Gloomstalker is basically an assassin. It's just the ranger version of it.
It's a boring version of it.
Gloomstalker is one of the best subclasses in all of 5e.
You've got a vampire who kills people from range? No. You got to get in there.
Did you not hear the dual-wielding scimitars up close and personal?
That is actually true. Yeah, you did say that. Now I'm thinking back to it. Yeah.
Gloomstalker is you can be range or melee, and he's full melee with two different Misty Steps. The battlefield is his.
That is very.
He attacks. I think if I haste him, he gets like 8 attacks a turn.
Yeah. There are certain builds that have come up short because of the homebrewing of systems that Larian have done. And so there's, and me, for example, I was looking forward to playing an Arcane Trickster. I've just switched over to playing something else because, to be fair, they make it
Ooh.
very easy to respec. That you're never really in a position where you can't just change your character.
Yeah.
But there has been, and I can understand with like, I don't know about the others. I've seen some people mentioning
Server's back up, by the way.
Eldritch Knight.
I am in.
Okay, jumping in. But I've seen some people bemoaning Eldritch Knight in a similar vein, but I haven't really experienced that one yet. But the thing with Arcane Trickster is that the core part, like Mage Hand Ledgermane, is the class ability, and two of them, because it even says you can do different things with it than a regular Mage Hand, and none of them are implemented. It literally isn't implemented.
Yeah.
But it references it, so it's a full-on not implemented feature, which is kind of a bit rough. That's the only one that I know is fully broken like that, because it does basically make Arcane.
I'm
Trickster
betting by
broken
the
broken negatively. There's lots of things that are broken positively. Like
Oh yeah,
I'm a
but
monk
broken in a
and
cheesy, fun way.
Monk
That
is
is basically
fun.
D&D.
my character, my lady, is a tavern brawler monk, and
Yeah.
sub multi-classed into rogue.
I have never
And-
seen Tavern Brawler as a feat because I don't think I've done 5e Monk yet, and boy, that feat is fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what
Monk
when
is
I
crazy good.
that's
think
what I told people when I made my character. I tweeted about it yesterday because I'm like, I didn't care about story. I just wanted to, like, my first playthrough was just going to be how many 5th edition things can I do, and so I made an exact copy of one of my 5th edition characters, which is a tavern
nice.
brawler monk, and I've not run into any issues.
Yeah.
And then I hit a part in Act 2, and all of a sudden, all I care about is the story. So the game is very well written.
Ah. That's the other thing that I've had a couple of people saying is that Act 1 is fantastically, insanely polished. Act 2, and especially Act 3,
They're working on it. though.
not quite as much
They're working on it.
to some big
Yeah,
big
my
detrimental
performance has been
levels.
kind of iffy, which shocks me because I've got the best graphics card I could.
Yeah, that can. Oh, it looks like the ants are maybe a little bit annoyed with us.
Maybe.
I think the ants are actually possibly attacking, but yeah, they definitely are still working on it at the moment. Potions, grab some of those. No, not all of them. Dumb. There you go.
I don't think anybody in my of the people that I've used in my party, there are 2 people I almost never talk to because I don't like them. There's one person who's not in my party anymore after the first interaction I had with them, and I'm happier because of it. And
Okay.
then there's
I need to know.
there's Gale. He wanted to eat my gloves, and I told him to go away.
That is the. Huh. Yeah.
He only does that 3 times in the game, so I just gave him some throwaway items I didn't need.
I didn't have throwaway items at that point, and my gloves were the ones that give you lightning strikes when you do unarmed attacks. So I was like, nope.
So I had done a failed Dark Urge playthrough, which there's a twist with Dark Urge 10 hours in, and it's just oh, I don't want this, so I started over. So I already knew Gale ate gloves, so I was just all right, I'm just gonna buy a couple of spare gloves for Gale.
Yeah. There's actually a pair where it literally actually references Gale and all of that. So I basically stock up on things for Gale for more or less that reason.
He stops eating after the 3rd item.
Oh, is it the 3rd one where he stopped?
Yeah, it's 3 or 4, and then he's done.
How far through have you gone?
I'm on
that
Act 3.
literally it just stops at that? Oh,
Once
okay,
you get
so
to
it
Act 2,
probably
he stops
is-
eating entirely.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
good to know.
He never got to eat.
Oh, Gale, you just wanted to nibble on your gloves? Man, so rude.
I mean, he had it coming. He got trapped in a rock, and then he was like, "Hey, thanks for saving
Yeah,
me.
that
but can I,
wasn't
eat
the
your
best
gloves?"
introduction, to be fair. So you're a really
was-
good mage, you say? Right. Yeah.
Karlak is my mage now, so
Oh,
He's my monk.
interesting direction.
she is a fire dragon draconic sorcerer, and she is very broken.
Mm.
And
Enta, do you
then
want to bring some base buildy stuff if we need it for the hedge?
the hedge? I will bring. What do we? Should I just bring a bunch of clay?
Sure.
What else should we bring?
Maybe we should bring clay, and we should
Maybe
maybe we should make pebblet clay pebblet stuff because they have, I think, more HP than normal clay stuff. I think.
What is it we're taking? You got the clay, have you?
I'm just gonna grab some of our clay.
Okay.
We have a lot of clay,
Anything else we need over there?
and I'm going to grab a bunch of. Oh,
What?
no, I don't want to talk about it. Don't worry. I have this convenient hanging repair tool. I'm not actually repairing anything. I just wanted to take a screenshot for TikTok. Hold on. There you go. Okay.
You do not strike me as the TikTok kind of guy.
Never installed it, and I'm happy.
Yeah, that's what I
because
was
of it.
thinking.
My life has improved by never opening that app.
Like I can even
I
imagine.
uninstalled it after I sat down thinking, oh, I've got 5 minutes to kill. 4 hours later, I was late for everything I had meant to do that day. I was like, right, no, I can't be trusted.
I can even imagine the noise Penta would make if he opened that app and started trying
probably
to be on it.
a smattering of ooh or what or ah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Maybe.
Or oh no, just a plethora of oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What are you doing? Why do you have 10 yogurts? What are you doing? Too many yogurts.
Oh, my sweet
TikTok
summer
person.
child.
Like lightly working on a project for like, hey, social media, what platforms are actually like kind of worth it if Twitter dies? And the answer is none of them.
The
TikTok, I
answer
opened it up
is-
and said, never mind, this UI is ass and I want nothing to do with it. Can I
Speaking
shuffle
of
a water fleet
UI,
of dead?
speaking of UI, I did not realize how many people I would be teaching of basic. I shouldn't say basic because it sounds insulting, but basic like CRPG or just like computer game hotkeys that have existed since like the 1980s, like control click and shift click and stuff like that. Watching one of my buddies play through Baldur's Gate, right clicking and sending to camp each individual item hurt my soul, and I was like, man, my guy, just like control click select all. He's been in game since the 90s. Or double click to quick move from like trader panels and stuff like that.
Sometimes those are unreliable. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I've been playing a lot of like base building games recently, and all of them have a different button for like panning the camera around, and that has become kind of a weird fresh hell. I don't like that.
But there are some things that are just like shift is run, space is jump.
Yep.
Control click is usually change panels or like send item to other panel, whatever, like whether you're sending it to a stash or you're sending it to a trader or something of that sort.
You want it.
Yeah.
Whoop. Bump.
Oh, come here, Aphid. I must jerky.
Hello.
I have been.
Right, I brought over a bunch of clay as well.
I figured I'd just gather some since I was here.
Yeah.
Have you seen the super clay nodes in the upper yard yet?
No.
No.
The tier 2 clay nodes that drop like 20.
What?
I would like to go
Yeah.
find those. I would like to know more.
I don't remember where they are, but if you just do the resource scanner for clay, and assume that it's in like the far parts of the upper yard, so like the northeast, like by the stump and the wheelbarrow and ladder. Well, basically, if there's pine cones around it, assume it's probably a tier 2 clay, and they're just gigantic
Oh, wow,
clay
that
boogers.
was an amazing one.
Yeah, that was a 6.
Yeah.
Ah. All right, clay wall, also known as a clay foundation.
Yeah, heading on up now.
Ah.
Oh no. Please deconstruct. That was a
Nice
mistake.
kill.
I did it again.
What do you do?
Curse my infallibility as a human. I built a blueprint, deleted it because it was in the wrong place, hit build again, and then I built it in the same spot, changing nothing.
Well done.
I
Thank you.
brought basically no peblets.
I have 140 on me.
Sick.
That's not what I meant to do. Just
I mean, just cover it in stuff.
we
and
gotta
maybe
be
it'll
able to hit
fine.
the button.
Oh, but no,
That's the only thing.
we just leave a vac in there.
Oh no, we can. Oh, they changed it. You don't have to hit the button anymore. You can just activate the mixer from anywhere. That's cool. Okay.
What?
Oh, that's cool.
Ow.
You can activate it by just touching the top of it here. You don't have to go
Oh.
down and hit the button anymore. You used to, I believe, have to go
Oh.
down and hit the button.
Alright.
Oh, he's going with the big old. You know what? If we got to have some fashion here. Let's do a little curved foundation. I can't.
Ooh.
I can't build it there. You know what? Right there. That's fine. For my sanity. It looks ugly, but beautiful in spirit. I don't even... You know what? Embrace the chaos at this point.
Yep. Every now and then,
This-
you just
this
gotta
is-
wantonly
this
cause
is
people's brains to
probably-
vibrate.
I don't know why. This was so excessive. It's just larva and orb weavers, but this is... You know,
They'll never take us alive.
they'll never... They... If they weren't going to win before, they're not going to win now. You get them, Wendell. I'm activating it. Wendell only speedrun. We just AFK and he'll win.
Not if I have something to say about it.
That is true.
Oh, they're the basic larvas. I was thinking
What
ladybirds.
are the
No, we're still
survival
low.
crafters have you been playing recently, Wander?
Alright, base builders more.
Oh, base builder, sorry.
Yeah, so I was playing Victorio. Oh god, what are the other ones?
It's so good.
You know, my problem is I cannot think of a single one. all I-
Factorio is a very satisfying way of making you feel smart when you're not, but it makes you feel smart, and I appreciate that.
Are we talking Vectorio or Factorio?
Oh, I thought you said Factorio.
No,
I
Vectorio
don't know
is
what
like
Factorio is.
Vectorio came out like 2 days ago. It's
Oh.
like base building automation tower defense. But you're just building like a progressively bigger and bigger bigger base, but the bigger it gets, the more enemies it spawns because they scale
Yep.
based on how much. And so it's kind of just this fun arms race. It's neat. It needs help on some levels.
Does it just
What was it?
exponentially ramp up then?
Yep.
Huh.
But like so do you. So it's not too bad. And like eventually it's kind of like oh shoot. Mindustry. If you've
Okay.
ever
Oh, yeah,
played
yeah, yeah.
that. Where like,
Mhm.
yeah, sure the enemies are harder, but boy, you got the bigger guns now.
Yeah.
So what you're
I
saying
really
is-
enjoy Mindustry. I always pronounced it Mindustry. I'm probably
It
pronounced it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know which it is. I've had people yell at me for both.
It's one of those names where it's like, you know what?
It's
Even if the
Jif.
developer said
has-
it, I would disagree with them. No matter
Yeah.
how they
Pretty
pronounce
much.
it. That would be another
Yeah.
one if we wanted to throw that into the list. Because I've always
I
wanted
really
to play that
enjoy
with
that game
multiple people.
because you go forward and you unlock new areas and you get just a couple of things, and then all of a sudden, like, you go back to one of the earlier areas which just had randomly some bits of
Yeah, you're-
scrap around that you couldn't interact with, but now you can
Yeah.
melt it down, and so you've got like titanium and
You
all
you
kinds
redo
of
that
things on
entire
the first
base.
levels.
You go back to it
Yeah,
and you're
I
like, what was I
love
thinking
doing
when
that.
I built this? And then you just tear
Yeah.
it all up to rebuild something new.
Yep, no, exactly.
But yeah, I'd love to play that one multiplayer, because
Uh-oh,
it'd be kind of
we've
fun to
got
have,
a
like...
lot of lava. They're going straight in for the mixer.
Oh. I
They
was
managed
not...
to dig through.
Yeah.
Ouch, ouch, ouch,
Aha.
ouch.
I think I killed it.
We gotta get a repair tool.
God damn it.
I didn't expect to need one, so I didn't bring one.
I'll go back. Here, Penta, you expand the walls.
Expand the defenses.
I'm trying to. Why can I not? It says it's blue, but I can't build it.
Might be Wendell.
I think it might be.
I appear to be the stuff.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now they're fighting our base.
A base is? That's bad, right?
I don't know. Probably not. There's orb weavers.
Hopefully it attacks... I mean, the last time Orb Weavers attacked the base, Vac's bedroom died.
Hmm.
Not again. I only just rebuilt the bed.
Oh, no, they're going for you, actually.
Marvelous. I approve of this decision.
I'm totally for this. Maybe they just won't even make it here, because from the arrows that I saw, they were not in the part of the hedge.
They were
we're
not
in.
close, no.
I will tell you if I see a small army of Orb Weavers heading your direction.
Thank you. That would be very useful information to have in advance. We're double layering the walls now. I refuse to lose this mixer a second time.
I just wasn't paying attention. So
Also, it is
that's
fantastic
on me.
dark.
I probably hit it. It's probably my fault.
I don't know if you can hit it.
I think we should do a test. I'll come back with a repair tool or two, and we'll start it, and I'll just immediately give it a thwack to see if I can hurt it.
Yeah.
What? Wendell!
Did he knock you?
What?
Yeah, he just spawned in front of me.
Payback delivered. Well, they broke something. Some base, maybe it was free mustaches.
Could
Oh.
have been. Dang, and I put some effort into that base. I'll have to go check.
I thought that they fixed that. I thought they only attacked bases you were near or at. Like constructions you were near or at. Because I know in the
to
one,
make a torch or two. This is dark.
do we have the resources?
I'll bring them. Though it might be daytime by the time I get back.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna upgrade the durability on my repair tool like a weirdo.
I approve of this decision.
Oh, you cannot make a sleek repair tool.
That would have been
Go.
hilarious, though. Let's be honest. That would have been
Go with
grand.
this. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna put these on. I'm gonna be super fast.
Okay, I don't think they did anything to our main base.
The nice thing is if you have the repair tool, you can just have it out and see if anything took damage.
Oh, that's useful.
I'll go check free mustaches.
Right, I'm out of clay. Can no longer. There we go.
They're free mustaches, but
That's
are they
cool.
taxed mustaches?
Ooh.
That's how they get you.
taxed under lottery law. They come for 40% of the mustache.
But 40% of the mustache?
Isn't it?
Trying to
Like, if
think
you win
of,
the
like,
lottery,
what a
I think it's like
60%
40
mustache would be. It's like a
And over
Wario.
here, don't quote me on this because I'm really not that sure, but I'm fairly certain the lottery winnings are taxed as earnings.
US has like really aggressive tax laws when it comes to like taxing but when it comes to taxing like lottery winnings. It's like
Right,
a
okay.
lot.
I wonder why. Out of like
Greed?
'cause-
Uh,
What was this? Sorry?
greed and the people who
Oh.
usually make tax law are not the people that are winning lotteries, and vice versa.
Right. Okay.
And also should have been out of office 40 years ago.
I see. Over here, I'm fairly certain
Matchbox
that they
in the
just
sky.
Get,
Really?
Oh, wow. Big old matchbox.
So when
in
they
the
say
sky.
the matchbox in the sky,
What did you do?
what
I tried jumping into the water, but I clipped the edge.
is that supposed to be the sun? Like what is the matchbox in the sky? That's a phrase I've never heard before.
I think it's for this game, but yeah, it's probably...
Man. Orc, leave me alone. Scallywags.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Like I'm trying to think, like matchboxes are real small.
Kidding me? I tried
What's wrong?
dropping into the water, and there was a lily pad right below the surface that I landed on and took a ton of damage. Oh, that bad. Or not. Oh, I'm lucky. Woo! I felt the kiss of a carp on my little toesies.
Oh no.
You
This
still
has
got the
been an
toesies there?
It's been an experience.
I am almost back to base.
Please, sir, let me leave. Thank you.
Grab some.
Yeah, over here, if
jerky.
you like earn big, like if you win big on the lottery, I mean, realistically, it's going to push you into such a high earning tax bracket. It's going to hit you hard.
Yeah.
But like if you've just earned a trifling amount, it probably won't have any impact on your tax bracket. So
Yeah.
you'll just get taxed as usual, depending on how much you normally earn, basically.
I just know every once in a
At
while
least
there's
as
like
I
an article
understand
of
it.
like so and so got like a couple $1 million and then went on a spending spree and then had to pay taxes on it, and it's just like, oh,
Oh, ouch. Big ouch. Don't you guys have like advisors when people
no.
like over here if
No,
you
we got
win-
vultures.
Oh. I mean the vultures are kind of advisors, it's just not necessarily for you.
The US is very big on that whole personal responsibility thing, which
Right. Okay.
sometimes fine, sometimes not fine.
But the thing is like you win big on a lottery, unless your family has had money, you don't know how to handle that kind of wealth.
Yep.
You need to be taught how to process that kind of wealth. That is not something you just know.
By the way, can one of you guys bring some food for me?
Yep.
On.
Where are you?
I'm heading back.
Oh. Okay.
I'm also trying to get some blood sacks from mosquitoes.
Yeah,
are.
gotta let him bite you first. Those scallywags.
Yeah. Well, they have to bite me like twice.
Our foodage is just full of random gubbins. Do we have?
We have the cooler upstairs that's full of meals.
Oh, cooler upstairs. Okay. I will grab a bunch. Oh yeah, of course, I've seen this before.
And also, don't forget that we have the Yerky chest, which is full of jerky.
Yerky, eh?
Yeah, it's the bottom middle-ish one. And it's just all stacks to... All stacks. Jerky's good for...
Just all that.
Just all
So
stacks.
yeah, over here, like we only have the national lottery. Like in terms of a large one, and if someone wins that, then they basically get an advisor that tells them like, hey, so this is how your finances work now, because they don't work the way they used to.
Yeah,
Also, don't be dumb. Also, really think hard about who you tell about this. I know you think you can trust your friends and your family, but money changes things.
Did you ever watch the Lost TV show?
Yeah.
Hurley.
Very good.
The story for Hurley was pretty accurate from what I know. For like people hounding him to the point where he was like losing his mind.
Yeah, that's literally why there are advisors who are like, yeah, you know what? Maybe don't let everyone know. Or if you're going to let people know, just kind of do it in a certain way. And, you know, to their credit, it's a good thing that they've got that. Because again, you know, you win a big lottery number, that is life changing.
Oh yeah.
You win like, I mean, a grand or something, and that's very, very nice. But you know, it isn't going to be the sort of thing that, you know, your family and friends are going to treat you differently now. It's basically earning like, you know, part of a month's paycheck early. It really doesn't change anything.
Yeah. My in-laws would actually buy lotto tickets for Christmas for everybody, and I was just deeply uncomfortable with the idea of it because I knew anybody got anything, it was going to go real bad.
Yeah.
Luckily, nobody ever got more than $25, but
This sounded my arrival with a Wendell smack.
I mean, as you do. All right, I came here to repair.
Poor Wendell. Wendell's like, why? I thought you were going to help me.
Question.
Answer.
I wanted to see if I could break the mixer. And I hit Wendell and he screamed, but he was off camera, so it just screamed at me.
I think it might only take damage when it's active, though.
Yeah.
So activate it and then try and smack it.
Yeah, I think I'll hit it with, like, my tick sword instead.
Okay,
All right.
push the button.
Oh, it
yeah.
does take damage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Yeah, you
absolutely
can't
broke it. Cannot repair point while under attack.
can't
Oh, that's really
yeah,
annoying.
Yeah,
Wait,
you
hold
gotta,
up.
you gotta.
I'm just gonna break it.
Oh, wow, that thing is powerful when it charges up. Wow.
The sour staff.
Yeah.
Things here have almost no health, but it is very strong.
Oh, when did you guys bring a snack? Or am I snackless?
Oh, I got some
I did.
foods.
Snack.
There you go.
Beautiful.
All right. Good to go.
Shrimp.
I'd eat this normally.
Cast a magic missile at the darkness.
They're attacking our zone.
I do like magic missile.
All right.
Not
we should
not many
probably-
games get it right.
Yeah.
I mean, if a D&D based game didn't get magic missile right, then there's something deeply
It's
wrong with the
'cause-
universe at that point.
Yeah. It's very, very good in 3.
It's meant
for
to
sure.
be, yeah.
I will admit, I don't use it much. I use Cloud of Daggers. That spell's wild.
I switch off and on with magic missile because I have a pendant that gives somebody the
Shadow
spell
Step Monk.
and then also gives you an extra missile per cast of it. So
Ooh, yeah, that would be good.
if you cast it as like a level 4, you cast like 7 magic missiles for force damage.
Ah. Hey, the green staff
Shadow
doesn't
Step-
hurt me.
Shadow Step is good.
I got the wrong sword. Or mace.
One of my other buddies who's starting his second playthrough after his first playthrough didn't go the way he didn't finish it, but he wanted to start re-roll his character because he was not really liking his.
I know so many people who've done that, and yet you can just respec, unless they're unhappy with the choices they made.
That's where it is. It's like you can always
Right.
respect your class, but you can't like completely change your character.
You can't undo being a dick.
Yeah, and
Which is 90% of the people I know have just like, nah, it wasn't going so well. And it's like, okay, how far did you get? Well, I got this far. It's like, right, so did you do this? And they're like, yeah.
Well,
And I'm like,
I
yeah,
admit-
okay, I understand.
I admit that I'm partially responsible for him wanting to re-roll his character because I made fun of him for making a 6-foot white guy paladin. And I was like,
Yeah.
It's okay.
come on. I was like, come on. Have a little adventure in you. Be a gnome paladin at the very least.
If I play it again,
Well,
I'll probably be
pushing
playing as, like, Will or Gale.
Oh, I was in a bloody
rather than
way.
an OG character. Because the one thing that is bothering me about it is my character has no backstory and is
Yeah.
functionally just like main character McGee, which is
Yeah.
not the most interesting. And so it's like I should
Yeah.
have probably just been Will or Gale or something just for the extra like character background.
We've got.
And then I would eat the
lava
gloves. Oh yeah,
Yep.
see him.
I am.
I'm being so lazy right now. Oh, I feel bad. What level were these staffs upgraded to, by the way? Level 5.
5-ish?
Yeah.
Putting on some more armor.
Yeah, that is one of the big downsides with having a custom character. Is you do miss out on all of the backstory.
That's what I thought Dark Urge was going to be. Like I thought that was going to be the canonical like this is the like DIY character with story. Cripes.
It kind of is though.
It kind of is, except for you're a psychopath.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I was gonna
start.
say,
I don't want to
Isn't
spoil
that
too
what
much.
most players are? Let's be honest now.
You still get to make choices and like have those conflicts throughout the game where you can turn out to be like just the tragic guy who like overcomes his dark urges, or you can be the guy who's like completely submits to them, or like dark
Did
urge
you
is-
actually-
is-
The way I see Dark Urge is the game is calling out the murder hobos. It's like, you can be a murder hobo, but we are going to point it out.
My issue was I was not intentionally murder hoboing, and then it just like forced me to do a murder hobo, and I was just like, oh, that sucks.
it's particular events, yeah.
Yeah.
Particular events are scripted to with that backstory, but they're not. It's not like it's not the murder hobo character. Like you still get to have those like moments. Because I know I thought the same thing, but one of my friends his first playthrough was Dark Urge because he was like, it's the origin character, but you know, I don't have to, you know, it's a completely different story, kind of.
Yeah.
Interactions are different. And like, yeah, there's moments just like in the standard playthrough where like sometimes the decision is, if you're role playing, not the decision that you like, but it's the decision your character would do. And hey, you can kind of.
Wow. Bunch of the foundations just got undone there for some reason.
Oh my god. 2,000 row science.
Okay, let's go around and
Wow.
take off the bottom of this thing.
Okay.
So it falls apart.
Taking a look.
I've done that a couple
Oh,
of
no.
times just between sessions, and it's kind of fun watching like a big structure just be like, oh, I don't exist
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, seeing the massive.
I shall stand back and watch.
A little creepy.
That didn't feel like watching.
Peeping goggles equipped.
I
That
don't
felt
appear
more
to
like
be able
acting.
to interact with these.
Is that it?
No,
There's
there's
one
still
more on
one
this
more.
side that I can't seem to tear down.
Oh, is it this? No, supporting
What's
0.
this guy?
Oh, you
Think-
got it.
There
Yep.
we go. Bonk. Beautiful. Now, what we need is something that is rarely implemented in games that I find, but like, oh yeah, you're gonna grab this loot. Hold down the grab
Yep.
button, and you will hoover up all of the loot.
Loot
nearby. And it's
vacuum
like,
would be
oh,
so
good.
nice.
So good in a game like this where it has physics loot.
And it's all rolling away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I do agree with.
Okay.
All right. Is that all the mixers in the lowlands?
No,
Yes.
isn't there the oh, is the
I mean, yeah, technically
technically.
the sandbox is. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
first tier 3 area, but it is in the lower yard. That's why like battle royales get a lot of crap for very obvious reasons. But one of the things that I think BRs do that other games could benefit from is like tab looting.
Ladybug lumbering.
Area of effect looting is just, it is so lovely.
Yep.
Zomboid does it. AoE looting. So
I mean,
it's just
I like
it's so
AoE
good.
looting unless it's in a PvP environment, in which case, nah. Nah, if you want to grab that shiny loot, you're gonna have to take some time to grab that shiny loot.
someone doesn't play a lot of battle royales.
Oh, no, I don't tend to. I tend to play full loot, full PvP, more like, Ultima, but modern graphics. I enjoy farming real salt, not fake salt.
I don't even know what that means. But I'm sure it means
It
something.
means Battle Royale, there's no real consequences for failure, except your pride. If I'm going to loot someone, I want to take something that took them months to get.
Oh, God.
Looks like someone doesn't play EVE Online or Tarkov or extraction shooters. Or EVE
Well,
Online. Where you just can take their
lived on EVE
10,000
Online for like a few years. Thank you very much.
Damn it! Freaking
What?
Wendell!
Yeah,
Again!
I saw that. I saw
Just
that.
warps out of nowhere, turns, out of care in the world.
In fact, maybe this time he'll leave him at home. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see
We'll
what
see.
transpires.
I don't hold that much hope. I think we've given up on that one.
Baffles me that none of you guys have been affected by this. It's
I
Oh,
don't. He follows you. It's your world.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Also, I just run home. I zipline 2 places and then I run home because
To be fair, though, yeah, you're quite right, because I haven't played Tarkov enough to really feel the sting of losing something. But yeah, no, that does make sense. But
it loses its weight after a while.
Yeah,
Especially
well, that was the
'cause-
thing with Eve. I was super cautious for so long when I had a really expensive ship. And
how's that way in
it
Elite?
was crazy expensive, like officer gear on it. It was a ratting ship that was way more pimped out than I knew it should be. But I was like, aha, this is my reward for having so much. And then I never took it out because I was always so afraid of losing it.
Fear.
So eventually I was like, yeah, you know what? No, I'm gonna take this out, and I did it for a while. Nothing bad happened, and then something bad did happen. And honestly, I was kind of happy. Obviously I was like, oh my god, I've just lost this. That was like, that was like 5 or 6 plex worth.
That
It is
happened
a
to me.
satisfying. It is a satisfying. How do I word this? It is a satisfyingly negative feeling losing
You're
something
free.
precious. Yeah, losing
Yes, it
something
was the
precious in a
freedom
game
of
like
it.
that.
I was no longer afraid of
Yeah.
the massive loss anymore. Like
Overcoming,
it happened, and it was like, oh, the
gear
world
fear,
didn't end.
yeah,
Huh,
is
right.
or
Yeah,
like
I guess I was just like everything else. Oh well.
I'll
So I
use
had
the
that
term gear
happen
fear
with-
for that as well.
I had
For
that
ships,
happen with
'cause I-
RuneScape. I had
RuneScape.
like some really rare, like high money items that I had like
Okay.
built up over multiple years, like a couple of the Halloween masks. It's like
Oh,
okay,
right,
maybe
so proper hard stuff to get then.
yeah.
Mm.
And I just stopped playing for a couple of years, and my account's gone, just completely deleted.
Wow.
And you know what? I'm kind of cool with that. Shame to lose all that effort, and I probably could have sold it for a lot, but
Yeah.
whatever.
That would feel like and at least I lost my stuff using it, you know?
Yeah.
That would feel like a very unsatisfying way to lose something to me, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
That would sting
But
a
I'm
bit.
free now.
But yeah,
Yeah,
the end result is still the same. You're free from the gear fear, as Penta put it.
I've definitely lost in Tarkov and extraction shooters in general. What any of them like Hunt, even with my dabbling in that, Marauders, Cycle,
Yeah.
Rip, of course. Not really. They did it to themselves. And then, but even in games like you say Eve, and my comparison to that is Elite Dangerous, and like losing something really
I've
valuable in
not
that
really
game that you've
played
dumped a
that
lot of
enough
time
to
in.
Appreciate how that works in it, honestly.
Hey, Penta. And Avac,
Yeah.
you guys want to gear up and go clear out the oak tree? Unless you already did and I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm
oak
down for
tree.
that.
Because I don't think we've ever actually done that, because we were always just kind of under geared.
There's really not a ton in there.
Weren't there a
we
couple
got
of
the
milk molars? Oh, you did?
Yeah, the milk molar we got that ages ago.
Ah, missed that then. So there's nothing else in the oak tree?
There's like sap and then the infected wolf spider. Yeah,
Yeah, but like,
unfortunately.
we can fight the infected wolf spider elsewhere. All right, no, it's fine. I thought we'd just never done it.
No,
got it?
there's a bombable wall in there that had a milk molar in it, and then there's like the cave system we explored under it that connects to the pond. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Is there anything else in the low area we haven't done, or no?
The infected broodmother's down here, but that's way later. Cause she's in the haze, her little area, but we can't
Yeah.
do that yet.
I thought you and Moddy already did that.
The
No, they
infected
did the
broodmother?
Black Widow.
Yeah.
No, we just
Oh,
killed.
right.
We just
I was-
killed a
I-
random black widow.
I was super impressed. It was like, yeah, the two of us just went and killed. I was like, wow. Okay.
No. No, because to even fight the infected broodmother, I think you need to kill every other boss at least once. Because you need wasp bits, you need mantis bits, and you need broodmother bits
Okay.
to make her food. And
So what's the plan then, gentlemen? What's
I
our
don't
next
know.
stop?
I just planted some new muscle sprouts. It seems like one of them is not growing, but I know I put stuff in there and it tells me there is, so I trust it.
Because we've done everything on the wood pile. We've done the under the shed.
We have not done almost any of the undershed, to be fair. We kind of breezed through that area. That area is
Oh, dear.
massive,
It is?
but we just
I was-
kind of the
I was
undershed
trying to
is huge.
Huh. I was trying to explore it and I did not find anything other than the stuff we found.
There's I mean, maybe I'm misremembering, but I know there's like a whole ravine down there that has like
Oh, a bunch of spiders, yeah.
repair materials, or not repair, upgrade materials.
Oh,
and-
Yeah, I got
the,
that.
The bees are much more aggressive than I remember.
Are you on the picnic table?
No, I'm at the base. They're tearing up the tower.
Oh, shit. Yeah, they are.
What the heck? They shouldn't be aggressive though.
No, they are more aggressive than I remember. I plinked one,
Oh.
but usually it just has a single bee. But instead, a bunch of them came over. I was like, okay, bitten off more than I can chew. Fair enough.
Outside of mixers, I mean, really, there's.
I mean, do we want to go get the spicy Coltana or should we wait for Madi on that one?
We'll wait for him. We could go open up the. We could go try and fight some wasps.
Sure.
Just see if we can activate the event to open the brawny bin, so that the next time he's here, we can just go in there.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
We also feel like getting one of the ridiculous field stations in the game that we have. One of the last remaining ones we haven't gotten. It's on top of the wheelbarrow, but you have to build up to it.
I assume there's nothing fancy there, just get into it.
I have no idea. I never got it before. I just know it's
Ah.
up there.
Sadly, we lost the anchor for your little garden. I need to rebuild that.
Eh. Did not know that bees
Awesome.
were so anti-sprig. How dare they?
So far away that I can't reach the crafting stuff down the bottom.
Where is... Well, I'm gonna put all this clay away.
Oh, use it on the connection point. The zipline. Let me know what's next up.
For up here? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Doing
What else do we need for it?
5 weed stems. And then we'll need the silk rope to reconnect the line itself. Oh
Silk
no.
rope. Where would that be? Buildy stuff, maybe?
I believe it is in Buildy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the awkward part about
Come
how
on.
high our base is we
Yeah.
don't pull from chests when we go so far up. But it's worth it though. Because it looks amazing.
Oh, really? Why?
We have built our own Space Needle. We're the new Seattle.
I'm quite curious what the height limit is on this. I haven't messed around with that.
I know they raised it. That's all I know. I don't know how far though. That was my only thing. Was I know that they did raise it. Because there were a couple of points in the map that you couldn't naturally build on because they were at the previous cap. But from the lower yard, I imagine you could probably go way far up. Because I know friends of mine that have played this have built around the top part of the trunk of the oak tree, and that's where their base is. They have like a floating sky city that's built into the side of the trunk. And then they just have a zipline anchor going to every... It's a very cool base, but it's just the time and effort is...
I swear, every single time I go to drop stuff off, I drop off my potions. Vexing. Alright.
Oh, we could just turn the hot deposit off on the potion stuff.
Oh, that would actually be a good idea, because it's rare you want to deposit potions.
Yep.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. Alright, well, we're not going to be able to do sand pit, because it's daytime.
Well, it sounded like... I
Um,
feel like we had a plan, and then we... Oh, yeah, waspies. Wasps.
yeah. Okay, where are
Ooh.
they?
I'm
Can
going
you
to...
drop that marker for me?
One thing we might want to consider is range gear. You might want to prep for that.
Because
the wasps
crackling again.
Am I?
Yeah, just very briefly there, but it's not
Oh.
like...
Did it stop?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was just like one pop.
Weird. So I was
It
gonna
was
say, you should probably grab a ranged weapon, even you, Penta, because
I
they're
have my
mean.
crossbow.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I got crossbow.
Oh, do we know what
Definitely
they're
am
weak to?
hearing some pops though. They're not like robot voice or any level like that, but just it's like almost you've got a hot mic, if that makes sense.
Odd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It not consistent at all.
I'll be right back then.
Killing dust mites. Ba-ba-ba.
Hopefully that fixes it, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, can't hear any more
It's
pops.
just
Awesome.
it's probably just a Discord being Discord
Yeah.
does its own thing sometimes.
Okay. Do we know what they're weak to? That was my question.
We have peeped them. Let me look.
Yeah,
Data,
I'll have a look now.
creatures, wasps, weakness to salty, resistant to everything, and weakness to salty, resistant to... Oh, that's right, I remember, because they're resistant to ranged, but they don't ever come into melee. They're truly
They do
awful.
come into melee. It's just not often
The drones
enough.
don't. The drones don't, I don't think.
They do. I fought a couple already.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe they changed it, because I know when the update first dropped, that was a major complaint, was that they're resistant to range and they never came to melee, but good to know that they do now.
Yeah, they'll just kind of awkwardly slide down towards you.
shimmy into melee range.
Yeah, pretty much.
We
Is Thriller
have
playing when they do it?
salty arrows? We do, don't we?
We should have a bunch of salt.
Yeah. I just made 50. I think that should be good enough. So,
Yeah.
It's only going to neutralize the damage though, because they are resistant to stabbing, but it'll do neutral damage then.
I'm good to go.
They're resistant to chopping, you cowards. They're
How
not
dare you be
resistant.
resistant to the thing I like to do?
They're not resistant to fresh or busting. So that would do. I'm just gonna mint mace,
mint mace.
or
What kind of damage do they do?
a little bit.
Don't look down.
Poison.
Don't look down.
Okay, so
I think they
different
also
axes
do
and then-
bleed. No,
Ah.
rusty spear.
Oh, which is the... There it is.
I'm coming up.
Keep forgetting to re-equip Shocking Dismissal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't use that one. I know
well,
it's
you
good.
don't
Well,
block.
I'm gonna give it a try. I will give it a try.
I
and
do
see how it
block.
works.
Well, does parrying count?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
'cause parrying is basically just a block.
Because I spend an amount of time cowering behind a shield.
Uh-oh. Oh, that was unfortunate. Thankfully,
Yeah, I
No,
have
I'm
I
still
have
in
to
the
block
axe.
because of the fire ant shield's benefit for corrosion.
Hmm. Because for me, the lightning is a better, like, bonus damage source than most of the other perks. I don't think we really need Rascal Rogue at this point.
That is true. It's really at this point you only want to have it equipped when you're fighting bosses.
Yeah.
I believe we're also still only on level 1 of
go.
it.
Wait, what does
Yeah.
Yoked Blows do?
Yoked
Oh, it's
blows
critical.
is enhanced crits.
Yeah.
oh well, you may as well have that if you got coup de grace then.
Oh, Trapper Peeper, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'll turn off Shocking Dismissal and take Trapper Peeper. Right, I'm almost over to you.
Wendell.
Okay.
Wendell.
I wish Wendell would hop in. And then Boyle. Like, he just starts making really, like, ah! But he doesn't hop out ever. Yeah.
Oak Molar.
Is there one just here?
I don't. It's in a cave of. I
Oh.
don't remember actually. I think it's
Do
in
we
the
ever-
rubber ball cave.
Do you ever get the ability to track those, or no?
No,
Dang.
gotta find them. I think tracking them would be very, very strong.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be a
Considering
good thing
many
to
of them are
offer.
hidden in a cave, generally.
Like, offering right at the end of the game, though? I don't know. I don't feel like that would be
Oh,
too
right
bad.
at the end of the game, yeah, I know that. Like, once you've completed any story progression, I feel fine with, like, opening up the ability to find all the secrets, though. At the same time, there is something to be said about, like, because the milk molars tend to be secret areas. I don't know. There's
Yeah, they're very much just like a rewards for exploration.
Yeah.
But at the same
It's one of
time,
those
I
weird things.
oh god, this wolf spider's Tony Hawk's Pro Skatering around.
Leave me alone, ants.
Do 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 do. Hello, ant. It's good to see you. Not really. I apologize for lying to you.
What if the ant doesn't accept your apology? It's not obliged to.
I mean, he can't. He's dead.
Oh,
Didn't even give him a chance.
man. Savage.
I gotta go the other way. I've just gone the wrong direction, it seems.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm following you. Well, poop.
Are you following me?
Leave me alone.
Where are you? I actually don't even see you.
Why are there so many dudes?
Oh, you're there. Okay.
Don't see me, but I see you.
Well, that's where you are. You're there. Just... There's more gum. I should grab the gum.
You keep extolling their virtues for smoothies.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, milk
Yeah.
molar.
I just wish you got more than 2 to 3 per gum chunk. I think considering you can now farm muscle sprouts, I think they need to make gum more accessible. I get that it's strong, but so are beefy smoothies, so just from a
Okay, so where
balancing
to now?
perspective. I'm climbing up the toolbox. I'm falling
Are
first,
you
though.
sure about that?
Yes, yes. So there's one of the things we gotta, the little like wasp hive thing. I believe that is the thing you trigger the events with. I think you have to like break a certain
Okay.
amount of those. But I'm trying to climb the
Oh.
toolbox because there's a thing in the toolbox that we gotta get.
On it?
Jump over to this burr.
Why?
Can I make this jump? There's no way I missed this jump.
Don't miss the jump, Panther.
I'm not. That was the
believe in
jump
you.
that was the jump I intended to make, so I didn't miss it. I'm gonna climb up the burr.
There's a screwdriver that gets you in. Unless I'm mistaken. Oh boy.
Is it this screwdriver?
Oh yeah, it's around this side.
I found the milk molar.
That said, I just made a lot of things mad.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. Ow. Ow. Ladybird, why?
Are there wasps?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I've been poisoned.
I broke it.
Are these black? Oh, I've got a wasp as well. Why? Whoop. I do
Wendell.
not intend to die here.
The wasp.
Ooh, ah. My health is rather low.
There's one down. Just screaming.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
go
probably
and
the heal.
collect
Wow.
the-
Salt does horrible
Oh, I
things to the wasps.
There's a gum inside the toolbox that you need to explode.
Yes.
Oh, is that what we need?
Yeah, you gotta. I believe you have to use a bomb arrow on it,
Bomb arrow.
which we have not
Oh,
unlocked yet. We have the key for it. We just haven't unlocked them.
Benta, do you need help?
No, I got the wasp. Now it's just a couple of black widowlings. But they're not that big of a problem. I might die though.
They're not that
Not
big of a
fine.
problem. I
Not
might be
fine.
dead though,
Ah,
but definitely
I
not a
lived.
problem.
I lived. I
Ow.
lived
Ow.
for now.
Watch out for the ladybird, though.
Oh, she's right there.
I
Oh,
am missing
jeez.
every jump today. I don't know what it is.
Have at you. Hey, Mr. Me, put on the old combat mutations. That would have been helpful.
Good time to double check if I'd done so myself.
Or is that a moment that you're like, oh yeah, those exist, when
Thought
someone
that
else
whole
is
wasp-
chastising themselves for not doing it?
Thought that whole wasp with my movement ones on. Black Widow laying behind you. Because there's the Black Widow underneath the toolbox. One of their
Oh
layers.
lord, those maces are amazing.
I really like
Well,
maces
the
and
ladybird,
clubs.
the ladybird stuff is weak to fresh as well, so it does help there. But yeah, they are the pound for pound DPS wise. They I think are still mint mace is the strongest. But if things are resistant to busting, it does lose a percentage, which is why I like percentage based scaling in games
Yeah.
versus.
Oh, should I
numeric.
go? Oh, you already knocked off the wasp nest.
Who wants to smack all of the wormholes and the sour wormholes in that can?
What?
Go in the
Oh,
big
wow.
purple candy can.
Hydration is the key to performance.
Oh, I still don't have a level 3 mallet yet.
Let's see what
you gotta make one of those.
I keep forgetting.
You don't. The
It
thing
keeps
is,
coming up right at the end of a recording session.
the thing about the tier 3 hammer is outside of like farming resources, they're almost useless
Yeah.
since they nerfed him to not be combat reliable anymore. Which I still think they should change back. Their attack speed is just so bad. They're not reliable for combat anymore.
Did I? Oh, my red ant club. Did one of you guys put a red ant club in a storage thing?
I did not.
No.
Okay, because mine's missing it.
I
and
haven't
the only
got one.
explanation I can think of is I hot deposited it.
Did you throw it?
I hope not. Thing was expensive.
Yeah,
It was
I've
maxed
never
out.
had one to put into anything. So
Well-
unless you did accidentally hot deposit,
probably what bothers
Could be in
There is a-
Marty's room. I know he has a fire ant club.
scary
Yeah.
possibility. Oh, that might be it, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just make do with that spicy.
I'm climbing up this. Am I? Or am I dying?
You appear to be dying.
That is
in actual
true.
fact. I regret to inform you. But it seems you may be brushing with death.
Approaching mortality.
Oh, damn it.
Did any of you guys ever read Scott Pilgrim?
I didn't read it, no.
Little bits, but never, not something that I have in memory, really.
It was like super influential on me when I was younger, and since they're making the like new TV show, I was like, oh, you know, I should actually buy the graphic novels and read through them again. And it is unbearable.
Oh no,
Oh, is it?
adolescent angst.
No, so I'd forgotten that the comic is intentionally made to portray Scott as a bad person, and I had completely forgotten
Oh,
about
right.
that. And boy, teenage me didn't pick up on that. Teenage me thought he was cool.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because my only experience with Scott Pilgrim is the movie. And it's like, yeah, like, it
He was just an
isn't
awkward dork.
necessarily a good portrayal.
Yeah. How did you guys get up past this?
I climbed the husky weed and then I jumped over to the dry grass.
I see it.
I used the dock leaf.
Oh, there's the leaf. The what is that? Like is a
Might
it's
not
like a
be a
trumpet.
dock
It's like
leaf,
a
but
it's like a trumpet
it looks
hosta.
like it.
Everything looks good from here.
Wendell.
Yeah, like in the movie, it was just so there was no character arc. He didn't learn anything at the end.
Michael Cera was also kind of an awkward choice for that one. Are we going in here?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm following Penta. Where are we going,
Hey-
Penta? We're going down?
Yes.
Ooh, that hurt.
Whoosh.
Ooh.
Oh, there's lots of. It fills
Okay,
me with
if
fear.
if you don't have a dagger, you can kill them with a shovel.
I got a spear.
I'm gonna just let you guys do that.
I am getting swarmed. I forgot there were spiny ones in here.
Uh-oh. They are now attacking me, and that does hurt a bit. Oh, only got a few seconds left of oxygen. Need a breath. Another breath. Whoa. Oof.
Did you get the chest?
Yep.
There we go. That should be bombs, yeah.
Nice.
The devil do we get out of here?
And climb to the plant.
Climb the plant, but not the plant I'm on.
A tall one.
Damn it, spiny water fleet. Stop being so much better in the water than I am.
You're fighting on their territory.
Home advantage, man. It sucks.
They have lair actions. Seemed topical.
Yep.
Yeah.
It does bring back some of the D&D conversations when I talk to some of my buddies who are playing Baldur's Gate, and they're like, man, I'm really glad they don't go, full, like, at least from my experience playing it so far, full chaos as far as how ridiculous some of the combat scenarios in D&D can be.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Oof.
But I think that's okay, because I think the tabletop, the amount of depth and creativity you can have as a DM for boss battles in the tabletop setting is so much more. It caters to create imagination more.
Yeah.
Like walking into a lair of a sphinx, and then, then everybody dies because you don't beat sphinxes. And then you never talk to that DM again.
Seems like a very, very specific example here, Panther. Do you have a story to tell?
Sphinxes are
See what we can find.
very, probably one of my most feared D&D monsters.
Fun fact, Wendell can block hits for you.
Body block.
The
Be my meat cushion.
the ladybird just did a charge, and then Wendell's like, hey, that looks neat, and then just ladybird bounced off of him.
Fair enough. Really? Now you give the quest to kill the water
So-
fleas?
That's an interesting question. What is? We'll keep it strictly 5e just because it's the current edition. What is your most feared encounter, and what is one that you look forward to? What is the encounter you look forward to happening in like a campaign that you're in?
To be honest, I don't think there is a creature that I fear encountering. Like, if we're talking just 5e in terms of, like, actual tabletop,
Ladybug lumbering down the
any DM can make anything crazy.
Oh yeah.
So
What were you gonna say, Walter?
jokingly, I would say crocodiles. Whenever my friends and I would like face crocodiles, dice luck would go weird, and they would just like crit at max damage, and
Either
it
the
was
dice hate
always
you or
bad.
they love crocodiles. Either way, bad news bears.
Not mechanically a scary encounter, but something that you've had experience. It's a what's the word I'm looking for?
they're very strong for their CR, from what I remember, was the other thing.
Isn't their challenge rating only like 8?
Or less? I thought it was like 2.
Oh, 2? Oh, I suppose because they are just a beast,
Yeah, they're just a beast.
and
I'm not even
they're a
thinking of-
medium-sized beast. I think they're not even like.
Yeah. And so, like, they already have weirdly good stats for their challenge rating, and then, yeah, if
Yeah.
the DM starts rolling really well for some reason,
And if you're fighting them in the wrong terrain, yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were in a swamp, so we were slow, and it was annoying.
and they don't
And
get
yeah.
disadvantage on that terrain. So
I was the only one that
This-
lived because I was the warlock, and I just ran away. Everyone was dead. Like, not even do not pass go. Like, death savings throws failed. Whole 9 yards. I was the only person that wasn't because I had repelling blast, and I was like, you know what? I'm leaving. This sucks.
And what an encounter that when you play in a campaign that you're like, what would you say is your like classic, you know what's gonna happen, and it's not like 5 rats in a basement. Like what's the encounter that you know is gonna happen at some point, but you look forward to every time?
I also have not played as a character in a D&D campaign in 2 decades.
Oh.
Except for Lalesh's short thing.
So then what's the one that you anticipate? What's the one that you anticipate throwing at people?
Kobolds, they're fun.
Of course, kobolds, yeah. Yeah, they're a classic.
I play kobolds weird because I don't actually play them for combat. I play them for characters. And so, like, usually the party is like, oh no, it's kobolds. You know, is it going to be those kobolds or is it going to be regular kobolds? And then the kobolds try and, like, use diplomacy very badly. And then it's fun because nobody knows how to react to that.
Or Deacon.
Yeah, I convinced a tribe of kobolds. Well, not me particularly. I had like a charisma of 8 in that campaign, but my party had convinced a small tribe of kobolds to just surrender their cave to us.
Right.
Because they were, again, very bad at diplomacy. They're kobolds. They have like they're not very good in those situations, which is why people usually just kill them. Free XP. But yeah, that was one of those funny ones. What about you, Avak? What is you said you don't have a creature that you fear, like.
Sorry?
There's not a
Not really.
monster
I
in
mean,
the
there's the
manual
obvious,
that...
like, oh, this one is incredibly strong, blah blah blah. But like, I think when used right, any creature can be frightening. So
That's
it's
true,
like
but
I
there
don't have a necessary
some
dread of creatures.
I get that, but I guess that's going away from my question. That's fine. I was saying, like, mechanically, like, there are some creatures, like, no one would argue that, regardless of DM, that a leech is less scary than a lich, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Rust monster. That's the other one. Rust monsters are always kind of nasty to deal with early.
I know a lot of people that...
I mean, I've had awful encounters with Jinn before.
Well, that's because they're... Yeah, they have some shenanigans they can do.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I kind of mean. Like, they're the one that would jump to mind the most, but it's purely based on situations that I've been in with them.
That's an answer that I was wanting to hear. Like, when I ask those types of questions to people, the answers I don't want to hear are, ooh, beholder. I'm like, yeah, that's because everybody's afraid of beholders and liches and Draco liches and stuff like that. But I want to hear the monsters that, like, you normally don't hear people are afraid of. Yeah. Like the ones that, like, for me, and encounters that I don't like obviously, like, every encounter is fun because it's role playing, but there are certain creatures that I'm like, I don't look forward to. Like, I don't like fighting wraiths. They're not traditionally a very scary stat wise, but given the right situation, or banshees can just TPK you with a 1 roll of the dice. Yeah, like they can just end your entire campaign. It's the same with Jinn, like, or sphinxes. That's why I'm afraid of sphinxes. They can just like, realistically just end your, like, send you to the Netherrealm by blinking. Rust monsters, I would say rust monsters as well, but most people that I've at least over the past 10 years that I've role played with have it in their house rules to, like, they have a no rust monster rule, or at least a homebrew where you can pay to repair rust monstered gear. And I'm like, but that ruins the monster though, because at that point it's just like a beetle.
I just remember once playing, when I was a kid, we had 3 different DMs, me, my brother, and the neighbor across the street. The neighbor across the street was a weird stickler for rules, and so I was, like, playing a paladin, and I started with some pretty heavy armor made out of metal. And he was like, oh, cool, rust monster's like the second monster you have to fight. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna stay away from it. And it was like single-minded on me because I had a ton of metal armor, which like felt shitty but kind of made sense. And
Yeah, it does kind of make sense, but also...
And so he had the thing loot me for all my armor, and then die because, you know, everybody else killed it. And then I had to save up like 300 gold to be able to afford my metal gear again. So I had to go through 3 sessions in my clothes.
Yeah.
It was really
that sounds so
annoying.
rough.
I say gelatinous cube is probably my number one.
Gelatinous cubes are... Yeah.
Anytime if I'm
the one
playing a
thing-
character that has perception proficiency, anytime I'm in a somewhat rectangularly or cuboid hallway, I'm like, roll for perception. Can I see if there's any gummy fluids on the wall?
Did we make the bomb arrows? Are we good to go?
We can make them, yeah.
Interesting. What's on your
We do need to use a bomb arrow on that gum in the toolbox because there's another thing in there as well. But
Yeah.
Bomb arrow. Made 4. Oh boy.
Spend them wisely. All right, so what you've asked the question of was your most feared encounter. What's the encounter? Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be a good one, but one that
Pretty good.
gave you the most fun. Whether you were the DM or whether you were a player.
oh, those are two different questions, though.
Okay, well,
They're
answer
both
then.
completely both completely different. As a player, favorite encounter that I've went through, and as a DM that I made the players go through, I would say the one that I made the players go through was probably my second time DMing, and it was I'm trying to remember if it was, I think it was the first dragon I ever like actually did, because I never
Okay,
encountered a
pretty
dragon
solid
as a
choice.
player before then, and it was a bronze dragon, and I killed 3 of the 4 people. I say I didn't kill them. I was innocent. The blood was not on my hands. They rolled poorly. But as far as a encounter for me, I don't know. There's too many. I don't think I don't know.
Ever had a campaign with a dragon in it that was an enemy. In fact, I don't even know if I've ever been in a campaign with a dragon in it, period.
The bronze dragon was not supposed to be an enemy, if that helps,
Ah, I see.
because they're neutral. So it was just he was just a guy.
Yeah.
And then rogue be rogue.
Always the rogues.
And then I don't know. I'd say probably my most memorable encounter was when my first character died.
Okay. What killed him?
Yeah. I was ripped into pieces by gibbering mouthers.
Oh yeah, they do it.
I was level 3, half orc monk. Then I immediately rerolled another half orc monk, and he made it to level 9 because I was like, he didn't have a chance, even though he was level 3. But he didn't have a chance. He got ripped asunder.
A
My-
ranger. Yeah.
Favorite encounter was a mimic. It was a mother mimic
Mama
that
mimic.
ended up trading with the players to secure the safety of its offspring.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys read much for manga, but there's a really good one called like Delicious in Dungeon or something like that. It's a
Okay.
little weird, but they have mimics. They're like lobster creatures, and the entire point of it is that they're running around like hunting monsters in a dungeon and then eating them. And like that, I don't know, just lives in my head. But the idea of like hunting mimics and like trading for its offspring, and I'm like, yeah, I could see like a campaign where you're just running around eating mimics and shit.
It wasn't even necessary. It was basically a gimmick that the GM had to be able to nudge us back onto the right path. And effectively, like, we'd fallen into that trap of a couple, and this is one thing that I've never really encountered a really good way of getting around, except for this, where you basically Deus Machina, a situation that prompts the players to check again, for example, because we slipped into that old trap of a couple of bad dice rolls had left us with no particular RP reason to keep looking in the place that we needed to look, but for the sake of a couple of bad rolls, our characters were now convinced wasn't the right place to be.
Okay, I got
And,
sticky fingers.
Ooh,
So that's Rascal
What's that?
Rogue as a trinket.
oh, that's cool.
And they stack. So if you have both of them, they do stack steal.
Oh, that's very cool.
So you can steal
Nice
two
ones like
things from
that.
one person.
Yeah.
I should get a dagger so I can start stealing.
Right. where are we
Favorite
off
like
to now?
favorite non-combat non-combat centric encounter in D&D that I
Yeah,
ever had?
whatever
I married a
gives you the most
spider.
fun, basically. Oh, really?
Big spider
Yeah.
or regular size spider?
Uh
I wonder if I could keep that aphid as a pet.
not a normal sized spider, but not like a massive like giant spider. Just like probably if you were normal sized people in grounded, it would probably be like the size of a, I don't know, like an orb weaver. Just like,
Oh,
well,
they're big.
no, maybe not. I might be misremembering how big they actually aren't, and I've seen one relatively recently. But it was not a huge spider. It wasn't like Shelob or like a giant, massive spider. Also, it was all described to me. So in my brain, as the person who had to create the image of it, it was a spider that was of relative size to my man.
What made it fun for you, the encounter?
Quick
The
question.
fact that I asked a
go ahead.
spider to marry me.
I was gonna ask though, what should we be doing at this point? I got the bomb arrows,
Yeah.
but I only have a couple.
You broke the gum. That was it.
Oh, that was it.
Really? That was the
Yeah.
entire use for those bomb arrows?
Now they're just like end game arrows. They're explosive damage,
Oh.
so they break through defenses, but they're just not really fun to make.
That's a little bit underwhelming, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna use them to do something cool.
I mean, everything you could do with the bomb arrows, you can do with normal bombs. It's just that
Right.
gum
okay.
you break with a bomb arrow to get the trinket. Other than that, I think because we broke a nest, I think we just sleep, and then the wasp event should happen, and if it doesn't, then I have
Oh.
no idea how to activate it.
Okay. Well, I will head back to free mustaches.
Maybe
and-
we have to. Do we have to go
Head on back
up
to
to the
base.
brawny bin? Because I could have swore you've already been up there.
Yeah, I've been around it. Haven't been on top of it yet.
Marty went on top of it. No, Marty didn't go on top of it. What am I thinking? That was his solo playthrough that he's doing, or his playthrough with his buddy that he's doing, where he went on top of it.
We should probably go back to free mustaches anyway, and if it doesn't spawn, we'll just leave it for later, because
Yeah.
it's probably ferret time.
Yeah.
I'm just walking up to where I think.
Speaking of other ferrets, I got a box with some polystyrene packing, not peanuts, but molded polystyrene.
Mm.
Oh my God! Ares thinks all of his Christmases happened at once. He has demolished that polystyrene so thoroughly. You know those memes where someone has picked a ferret out of a box of polystyrene beads and they're just covered in the beads
Yeah.
from static. It was basically like that, only he had made the beads by just tearing apart the molded polystyrene. It was kind of ridiculously funny.
It is a very staticky material.
Yes, he was very, very happy with himself. He was allowed to dig, and I wasn't telling him off for it because it was trash.
Okay, I could not find the entrance. I have no idea where the entrance is, but I know similar to the haze getting blocked cutscene
can
like
look-
supposed to happen. Yeah,
We can
I
look
think
into it
it's-
for next time.
Oh, damn it.
I fell.
I'm coming up to you.
Hello, Mr.
I didn't realize there was a
Bully.
bed over there. Sorry.
I put a bed
There's
at
a
pretty much every base.
free
Oh,
mustaches.
Good plan. Be there in just a second.
The worst
And-
part is when people spell mustaches without the O. Then you got to question some stuff.
For some tiny rest.
Every time I try and rest at this bed, the camera switches to like outside, and I'm always afraid that it's gonna like glitch out and drop me.
Mhm.
Well, maybe not that afraid. Mostly just like oh, that'd be really funny, and also kind of suck.
Absolutely
What kind of
petrified.
All right, so
Yeah, no event, so we can look it up between sessions, but it's fine. It'd be kind of
Yeah,
a shame
sure.
to do stuff without Madi anyway.
yeah, that was
Maybe
kind
you
of
need
feeling
maybe
that
you
as
need to
well.
break more of the hives. Yeah, I know there's several of them,
Yeah, it might be.
and it's just
All
a
right,
map
well,
advancement.
We wrapping things up there.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's head back to the base then, since we can start from there next time.
Oh, you did a little lily pad zip
Yeah.
line down there.
Because I kept falling off, and it was annoying to get back, so I had the lower zip line as well.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Now, were you falling off, or was Wendell knocking you off?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
You say that, and I was like, "Oh, is he gonna knock me off?" But no,
I
he's
saw
just
him
floating behind
teleport
me.
right next to you. Yeah, and I was like, "Is it? Are we gonna have it happen? Is it comedic timing?" The
It
universe
seems to
intervened.
happen more when we're coming from the hedge. When it's like a really
Wendell?
long. What?
Wendell, don't. Wendell. No.
Pe-
All right.
Penta, was
I
that
was-
Wendell on your end, or
No, that was me on my end. Oh no.
What's wrong?
Well, I forget. Since we last played and we did all the like story stuff, I forgot to reset my respawn point. I'm in the Undershed lab.
Oh dear. Oh no, that's quite bad. Wow, you're almost a meter away. You get. All right.
That is
Well,
That's not
it
bad.
has been a pleasure as always.
yeah?
I'm looking forward to Moddy joining us next week and us getting to do some more big
Major
progress.
progression. Because we've got what?
Yeah.
The Orchid Mantis. We've got how many other big bosses are there?
well, if you don't count like story boss, the like map bosses themselves, I think there's 3. Wasp,
Orchid boss.
okay.
Wasp.
Orchid
okay.
Mantis, and then the infected Broodmother, which
Cool. I think
Yeah,
we'll.
how do
we've
we'll
made
send it off
crazy
with that,
progress the last
probably.
2 sessions.
Yeah.
how do I get out of here? I'll figure it out.
All right. Okay, I will catch you next week.
Yep.
Take
I'm
care,
going to be
everyone.
getting off too. Penta, if you want to rescue yourself, I will shut the server down, and you should be able to just hop back in a moment.
Yeah, I'll just quit the menu, hop in, and get out of the dang Undershed.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
Benta. Oh man, that sucks. Take care, guys.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Enjoy Baldur's
Bye.
Gate.
I will, very much so. You all.
All right, chat. This is it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for coming out. It was a lot of fun. Also, thank you, Dial. Was it Dial? Yeah, Dial for the membership, and also Vinny Evans. I think I missed that. Thank you both for the memberships, and also JDJ Cool for the $8 Australian is my assumption. I don't know. Anyway, I like it how it's quit and super quit. Super quit's fun. But yeah, so we might be finishing up Grounded within the next 2 weeks, which I'm very much excited for because I'm curious to see what we'll dive into next. I'm hoping 7 Days to Die Satisfactory or Mindustry. Probably. We'll see. For now, good night, everybody, and see you next time.